advantage and ride performance you would expect from a world-class shock absorber. The highest quality construction and precision tuning make Bilstein shock absorbers the first choice for everything from race cars to pickup trucks and everything in between. Bilstein is a proud supporter of the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series by presenting the Bilstein Shocks Fast Time Award. As the fastest time overall will receive $100 from Bilstein. Super Matt Shepard in the Extreme Lubricants number 9S on the aluminum 4-star. The number 73, that is Jimmy Davis. The number 1 of Stuart Friesen. Did the green rock the number 8R on the Speedway. Time trials are underway. Group number 1, first half of group number 1. Green, white, checker, and we're staying yellow on the Speedway. Now we're winding them up tight and let them fly. First half, session number 1. First car around. Off the turn will be Shepard. Superman brings it off of corner number 4. Tim Pitt has the turn.
One time on the Speedway right now as we go through the final lap. The time trial get kickoff with the Big Show 3 for the 6 groups. We look for the checkered flag and let you know who'll be your pole sitter, of course. At 21.999. Matt Shepard just pulls in at 21.073 time. Give Shepard the fast time as the checkered flag coming out right now. Basically what happened in this first round of qualifying. This, of course, will pick out best time. Matt Shepard, Superman aboard the 9S car at a 21.073. Littlefoot, Timmy McCready, T-Mac in the 4 car. Second, the 21.2, followed by Stuart Friesen, 21.783. Then Jim Davis at a 73 and a 22.115. And Robbie Bellinger, 22.144. Pole sitter for that first qualifying event will be Super Matt Shepard.
GC flag out there in the 77. Chuck McKee in the number 19. Checkered flag coming out. Final time.
Second round of qualifying. Chuck McKee, the Middletown Missile, coming in with a fast time of 21.847. Danny Humes in the O car, 22.805. Steve Flack in that 77 car with a 23.620. The final 3 cars of that first group, they did not answer the initial call. We'll take 5 cars at a time. So still keep Super Matt Shepard up on the number 1 stop for the first group.
Number 4, checkered flag is out. Second lap for Tim Fuller.
Flag at the Speedway, no change in the top time of a 21:142 just turned in by Jimmy Phelps, but Timmy Fuller right there in the number 2 spot with a 21:437.
Matt Shepard's time of 21:073 is the time to beat. 21:073 set by Matt Shepard in group number 1. 21:142 is the fastest time set by Jimmy Phelps for group number 2. As group number 3 will be making their way out onto the racing surface in just a moment. The first half of group number 3. Leading them out of Queensland, Brisbane, Australia, in car number 21A. That is Batman. That is Peter Britton. Peter Britton in the 21A machine. Right behind him out of Boundbrook, New Jersey, in car number 8. That is the Skag, Rick Scagliotta, in the Adamsville maintenance ride. Behind him in the Gypsum Wholesalers, Stadium International number 91, out of Unadilla, New York, the LJL Racing ride. That is Billy Decker. Billy Decker in car number 91. Behind him in car number 10, the Kenny Saya-owned commercial roofing and sheet metal ride of Bobby Barron out of Sharon Springs. Also on the Speedway, we find a car number 2, rock crushing ride. Chris Schultz. Chris Schultz in car number 3. So it will be Peter Britton. The clock as he comes along. In the 8th car is Rick Scagliotta. The number 91. Bobby Barron, number 10. Chris Schultz is the number 24. As they bring it off of corner number 4, checkered flag is in the air. First half of session number 1 in the books. Mr. Pitts, what do we have for times?
Well, coming the farthest distance to the Orange County Speedway tonight, Peter Britton back in the 21A car with a time of 21:259. Billy Decker just a tad behind at 21:420. Bob third at 21:626. Then Scalata at 21:87 at 22:057. Batman comes the farthest and goes the fastest.
Well, Batman right now at 21:259. That is Peter Britton. He is fastest so far in group number 3. Final 3 cars for group number 3. Billy Van Ingewen in the number 23 out of Sparrowbush, New York. Right behind him, car number 25. That is Mike Kolka. Mike Kolka in car number 25 out of Circleville, New York. Frederick's Excavating. Jack Mom and Dad, Mike and Betty, own that machine. Missouri Canton sponsored a ride. North Shine Construction, Teresa Redemption Center. That is Lance Willits II out of Teresa, New York. 2-time winner at the Glen Ridge Motor Speedway in 2000. As the white flag is out for Billy V. No stranger here. Down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will fly off the turn for Billy V. He comes across and we'll get his times as well. Well, Mr. Pitts, how do they look?
Well, nothing really changed. The top 5 family portrait with that addition to the second group. Chris Schultz was the fastest of those 3 cars, but out of the top 5, 6th with a 22:057, followed by Billy Van Inwingen, 22:231, and Lance Willits and a 23-169. So nothing changed that top 5 from that first group in the third session.
Group number 4 ready to come out. Fastest car so far tonight for the Bilstein Shocks Fast Time Reward. Matt Shepard at 21.073. 21.073. As group number 4 onto the Speedway. Larry White out of Phoenix, New York in car number 99L, the Gypsum Express ride. Right behind him, we are going to find in car number 10S, two-time winner here this season, Mike Storms. The 673 Debbie Hewitt out of Sharon Springs, New York. Also on the Speedway, behind the big show, the Whitehead Construction Custom Jersey, Brett Hearn, and David Hunt in car number 27 out of Bridgewater. Those cars on the Speedway right now for their Orange County Fair Speedway.
First half, fourth, young White Lightning. Larry White aboard that 99L car, coming in at 21.416. Gary Tompkins, a 673 second, 21.684. Followed by Brett Hearn, the 20 car, 21.740. Randy Sherlock in the 10 car, 21.754. David Hunt, the only driver of the 22-second notch, with a 22.216 first half of that fourth group.
Second half of group number 4, leading them out onto the Speedway, we are going to find in car number 3. That is Johnny Guerrero. Johnny Guerrero in car number 3. As he makes his way up to turn number 1 and 2. And we've got a car into the wall up there in corner number 1. Whispering Pine Pale Supply ride of Johnny Guerrero.
Sherlock was then second at a 21.754. Third was Timmy Heinley at a 0.71. Bob McGannon toward 22.241, followed by Tommy Sears at a 22.337.
So the Dr. Danny Johnson with a time of 21.675, fastest for group number 5. 21.073 is the time they are shooting for overall with Matt Shepard. Final cars for group number 5. Who are they? I'll tell you who they are. Keith Black, the Ravina Rocket out of number 43, Tim Courier, Tennessee out of Auburn, New York. And rounding up with the cars out of Sussex, New Jersey, in car number 244, that is Chris Whitehead. Chris Whitehead in car number 244. White flag in the second half of group number 5. The time to beat, 21.675, set by the Dr. Danny Johnson as he makes his way over to the pit area while everybody else takes their laps around the Speedway for group number 5. Is out for Keith Black, Tim Courier,
Final leg of that segment, Chris Whitehead with a 21.767, then Keith Black at a 20.
For Gary Edwards, and they had problems. Gary Edwards actually wrenching that car here this evening. Bullfrog rivet, and number 79, that is Jeremy Markle out of Port Jervis, New York. So those are your final 3 cars. As they work their way. everybody clean and green. Checkered flag. Falling on the final 3 cars, and Jeremy Markle.
Well, Craig Mitchell, the 93 car, the only driver in the 21-second category, 21.975, fifth fastest overall in that group. Clinton Mills, 22.240, followed by the Bullfrog. Jeremy Markle, 22.544.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, collecting the fast time tonight, his 21st career fast time here at the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series, Super Matt Shepard. His 21st fast time, tying him 4th all time.
Caution lights have already been turned out. The Country Chevrolet Camaro pace. Here we go. On a turn number 4, Hitchcock to the inside. Jimmy Marr to the outside. Hitchcock, a stony pointer, grabbed the number 1 spot away from Mars. They worked out in the back straightaway. Ferrier following suit. R.J. Smith only in his second night of competition, and that could be a short stainer as well.
Well, everybody clean and green as they made it off of corner number 1 and 2. Hitchcock up on front of the pack as he brings it off the turn. First time around, he has a 3-car left to go. As the number 11 D of John Ferrier jumps up to the 3rd spot. Right behind him, the number 83 machine, Chris Stevens, holding on to 4th, 5th, and final transfer position. Jimmy Spellman, he's in the catbird seat.
One notch out of the mix right now is the 27V car, Frankie Venezia. Jake Schlegel, first time out this year with the 37J car. 2 spots for qualifying. Top 5 cars, a little bit of elbow space down the trail. Spellman closing the gap on Stevens down there in turn number 2. Spellman down to the inside of the Speedway. They'll go racing side by side, but it's going to be Stevens to gain the upper hand in that 2-car joust. Down the backstretch, Stevens settles in spot number 4. Don't count out Spellman. He's right back down to the inside, fighting for the number 4 spot.
Spellman takes a look to the inside. He'll take over position number 4. And he complete lap number 3, so that'll push the 83 of Stevens back to the 5th position as the number 27 car. That is Frank Venezia chasing after him from position number 6. Top 5 go to the dance. We'll be halfway home this time by. Matt Hitchcock continues to lead.
Top point man here on a Saturday night basis. Matt Hitchcock with the 33 car. The Scott's car works in the number 1 spot. Then Jimmy Marr on the bridesmaid spot, spot number 2. John Ferrier, long-time driver of the Speedway and Big Block and Small Block Modified Competition, a Sportsman campaigner this year, being designated the backup driver. The 11D car runs the number 3 spot right now. Spellman in the Sport and Trucking Balance, still back in spot 4. Watch spot number 5. Here comes Venezia. And heel offer Chris Stevens around the fight for that final transfer spot. The final
as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Venezia's going to try and come after Stevens again. Couldn't make it work on the bottom side. Regroups this time, gets shot out of a cannon down the back straightaway as they head into turn number 3 and 4. But Stevens still a little bit quicker. Venezia's going to try and diamond the turn. Can't make it work. 2 to go. That time by for Hitchcock as he crosses the line.
Well, Venezia, 1 spot for the mix right now. Regular campaign Saturday night here at the fairgrounds. Stevens, first time out of the box this year in the 2011 season. Been doing a good job against the Orange County counterparts. Don't bet the dog license just yet, because Venezia building up a full head of steam down the back straightaway right now as the white flag begins to fly.
Final time around starts right now for the number 33 H of Matt Hitchcock. As the number 1 man still getting chased back there in second. John holds on to 3rd, but the battle for 5th is not over yet as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Now enter into the fray the 37 of Jake Schlegel as he closes in on Venezia and the 83 of Stevens.
Checkered flag comes out this time, winning the first Dirt Sportsman qualifier in the 30 plate car. That's going to be Matt Hitchcock. Second spot, very convincing for the 1 car, Jimmy Marr. Third, is John Ferrier. Jimmy Spellman 4th, right down to the wire, but that 5th spot goes to the 83 car of Chris Stevens. Great run out here tonight. First time in the 2011 seasons for Stevens to put on a good job against the Orange County counterparts. Second qualifier back there in the staging area that looks something like this on the second heat event on the outside. That's your second qualifying round right now. Second of 4 heat events for the
4 cars to qualify. Kenny Boniface Jr., Tyler Odenall up on the front row as they are anticipating the green flag from starter Dave Varney. Off of corner number 4, green means go at the VP PowerPoint making fuel. At the VP fuel making
That's for sure. Green lights on around the Speedway, and Ken Boniface Jr. to the inside. He's got what looks to be almost like a teammate, team color car painted. No, it's not at all. Brian Crummell, no relation to your race winner. Oh, trouble on a turn number 2. Janiak off to the inside wire, almost into Lake Ockfist down there in turn 2. That'll make the ducks fly in a hurry. Yellow lights on the Speedway. Trouble in turn 2, the 17J car. That's Matt Janiak. Sideways almost touched the inside barrier. 19-year-old student out of Warwick, New York. The Daniel Morgovich Jr. Quaker Creek Polish Deli sponsored car.
Sounds tasty.
Hope it's a product sponsor.
Yeah, really. So we will regroup behind the pace car. Once again.
Replay on the little big screen brought to us by RacingVideos.com, and Janiak came into contact with the Smikla car.
I think there was more than just a little contact. Smikla went right over his front end. It's like a pair of work boots stepping on a small ant.
Slow-mo replay. We'll get a little bit more of an insight.
Wheel hopping.
There was definitely some wheel hopping happening, that's for sure. And Smikla's car was airborne. He came back down at all 4s, but by that time, Janiak was sideways and just wearing the beads off the rosary. You can see the damage done to the left front corner on the Janiak car. Definitely took some of the steering componentry out of that mount, and that'll be a visit over to the East Coast speed trailer.
Be interesting to see what Smikla's car will do now as he went up in the air and he has gone pit side. And see him with the white number 3 on the backstretch side of the pits over there getting some assistance. They are looking at the right front as his right front went over the left front of the number 17 at Janiak.
Smikla's a 15-year-old driver, student over at the Pine Bush High School from right here in Middletown. The Papa Squat portable toilets, Tam Enterprises TO.
I think you just like saying that.
Well, he did almost dump it in turn 2.
That's true.
That might not be a product sponsor.
I hope not. Goodness.
You drive by the shop and you see a bunch of those little blue phone booths sitting outside. It could very well be a product sponsor.
Unless they're having a graduation party or something.
Track has been cleared. Caution lights quickly turned out. The Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car drops down to the inside. We get set to pull the green flag again as we come out of turn number 4. Race leader is going to be Kenny Boniface Jr., the 69 car. Your pole sitter down the home. There we go, green flag in hand.
Everybody moves up. He's still the number 11, holding on to position number 3. Sammy Piazza right there. Here comes the number 44, Crummell. He'll drive by Boniface like he was tied to a tree. He'll take the lead down into turn number 3 and 4.
Crummell, the superior car right now, superior to the field as he brings that pack up. Dirt Car Sportsman out of turn number 4. Crummell will show the way down across the strike. Boniface still second. He still third. Piazza back there in spot number 4. Feature-winning Burgess having some handling problems in the 2 car. He went up the banking that time, and that gave Tyler Odendahl a chance to come down to the inside of the Speedway and fight for that final transfer ticket.
Working it down off of corner number 4. Leaders bring it to the line. Brian Crummell continues to show the fast way as the number 69, Boniface still right there in position number 2. Third spot being challenged now, the number 29, Piazza to the inside of the number 11 of Still, and Still will surrender it as he falls back to position number 4.
Piazza, the SPLI Landscaping 29 car, great driver back in the 2010 racing season, now regaining composure in this qualifying round in the number 3 spot. Fourth is Kingsville, the Evidence Chapter car. Burgess back there in slot number 5. But a bit of elbow space between the top 5 campaigners. Remember, only 5 cars get admission into the feature event from each of these qualifying rounds, while Brian Crummell virtually running away and hiding on this field of Dirt Sportsman machinery as they work on a turn number 4. Crummell on top of the world right now. It is still Boniface in the number 2 slot. Piazza third. Still 4th, and Burgess back in slot number 5.
Bringing it off of corner number 2. Crummell with a quarter of a straightaway advantage right now as they work their way down into turn number 3 and 4. As they work their way into the position. Off the turn, it is going to be Crummell still with the advantage as they head down into turn number 1. He's got himself 3 quarters of the straightaway now on lap number 5.
Halfway side, big offer to the field that time by now on the top side in the second qualifying event. Crummell in the command of the drive. Here comes Piazza. Piazza slingshot down the back straightaway. Puts him down to the inside of the Speedway. And Piazza now up to the number 2 spot. Boniface going to try and fight back to that bridesmaid spot at the altar. Maybe it won't work side by side. They work down to turn number 4. Sammy Piazza holds on to the number 1 slot. Boniface right there in the shadow in spot number 3. Still 4th. Burgess back there in slot 5.
Burgess trying to inch his way up to challenge the Still machine, but he can't quite muster up the power to do it. White flag is out. Crummell sees the white flag first. He heads into turn number 1, increasing that lead over the number 29 of Odenhall, as they are not going to catch him on corner number 2.
Last lap racing action down the back straightaway right now. And of course, this is where we'll put the black and white in the air as he picks up his second qualifying heat win. The dirt car Sportsman driver, outstanding driver back there in 2009 at the Speedway. The win goes down to the 44 car Brian Crummell. Second spot will be Sammy Pepperoni Piazza. Third spot, the Kenny Boniface car. Fourth spot will be the 11 of Pete Still, followed by the 2X car of Steady Eddie Burgess. Second round now put to the history books. Third round sitting back there in the staging area where they make their way out to the playing surface. Here's how they'll be lining them up on the outside of row number 4. The K3 car will be Danny Cronk to his left in spot number 7. The 72 car is Mike Skelly. Third row, spot number 6. The 4SL car picking up a small paycheck by selling that car to RJ Smith. Here we come. Caution lights have been turned out. Country Chevrolet Camaro to the inside. We go racing this time. Flapping in the air.
Everybody with the charge up into turn number 1 and 2. Dion Naples surrenders the top spot. Billy Eggers able to get by in the mad scramble behind them as they work their way up into turn number 3 and 4 for the very first time. Tim Paul right there in the mix of it, running in third.
Timmy Paul, that pink fiberglass number 42 car, looks off to the inside rail. Well, maybe not. Boy, that was almost a crossover move. And he mixed up with Naples and Henschel coming down the straightaway. Eggers saw nothing of it, wanted to have nothing of that. Mix up back there for the number 2 place battle. 3 cars fight for spot number 2. Naples has it. Paul wants it, and don't count Henschel from the mix. Now Bobby Henschel puts his nose down to the inside for a 3-car stab at the number 2 spot.
Bobby Henschel, that's a name I haven't heard in quite some time as they bring their way off the corner. Henschel by the number 91 of Jason Rowe as they paddle off of corner number 2, but your leader continues to be down the back straightaway into corner number 3 and 4, Billy Eggers.
Early on, not quite at the halfway point for this third qualifier in the Dirt Car Sportsman division. Still on top of the world, just brought this car out for the first time this year on Saturday night. The Showtime performance, 57-car Billy Eggers. Way out front right now. Backside on a 12-car length lead. Down to the inside of turn number 2, spot number 2 going up for grabs. Timmy Paul lets her drift up to the outside of the Speedway. That put the squeeze on Dion Naples, and Naples got squeezed like a pimple down the back straightaway that time, but he maintains in the number 2 spot. Came out of a little bit of moonlight there, holds on to the second spot. Now watch Henschel. Henschel comes down to the Speedway, and he fights for spot number 3 against Timmy Paul.
Timmy Paul right there in the thick of this one as they exit corner number 2, as they slide off the turn. He holds on to position number 4, Rowe. Still right there in the 91 car, holding on to the 5th and final transfer position as the number 27 of Corey Ziegler right there, one out looking in, but now he closes right in on the number 91 of Jason Rowe as they come down the stretch.
Better start rowing that 91 car back there. He's in the final transfer spot, and Corey Ziegler, the FBI 27 car, very sleek looking race car, getting quite testy. Oh, on a turn number 2, he almost slipped up into the squishy stuff.
2 to go this time by as they exit corner number 4, battle for position number 3 and 4, and now the number 2 spot is the number 88 of Dion Naples has his hands full with the number 4 machine of Henschel and the number 42 of Tim Paul. working it down the backstretch. Naples able to keep the second spot, but they're losing ground to Billy Eggers.
White flag gonna fly this time. 4 more left-hand turns. Eggers in command of the drive right now, still maintaining about a 10-car length distance over second place running. Dion Naples of the Cheap Thrill Box, number 88 car. Henschel right there. Last lap racing action. Here comes Henschel down to the inside. He'll drag race him down the back straightaway, right down to the checkered flag. Transponder standby. It's gonna get itchy and twitchy on the Middletown mile right now as they work on a turn number 4. Checkered flag in hand. The win goes convincingly to the 57 car. Billy Eggers, second spot. Transponders, take a look at this one. Oh, that's even too close for me to call. Looked like Naples over Henschel. I couldn't stand stupid on that. We'll let you know. We know that Timmy Paul was 4th and Jason Rowe in spot number 5. 88 by just that much. A radiator cap thickness was Dion Naples' second place finish. Qualifier, that'll take place in just a short time. Here we go. Turn number 4. Boniface from the outside of the Speedway aboard the 69 car. Boniface going to show the way convincingly from the outside of the front row. Lodini is second, Reeves third. Here comes Jablanca, switching lanes on a turn number 2, picks up 1, 2, almost 3 spots down the back straightaway.
Bringing it through corner number 3 and 4, very first time around the hard play. Down to the stripe, the number 69, Boniface with the advantage into turn number 1. He has opened up 2.5 car length advantage, but now that shrinks as they exit the turn as the mad scramble for supremacy takes place into turn number 3.
Good battle taking shape down the back straightaway for spot number 3. Reeves has it. Shane Jablanca wants it. Now the battle for spot number 5. Final transfer spot. The hot seat now being given up. Works out of turn number 4. Here comes Gary Edwards Jr. putting on a strong muscle against the 77 of Jimmy Johnson. Down the home straightaway, it's going to be Edwards to see turn number 1 first. Edwards grabs that final ticket to the big prom out of the hands of Jimmy Johnson. Now back to the number 2 spot. Here's Jablanca. Jablanca works down to the inside on Andy Reeves. Wild side by side. Third place battle on a turn number 4. The win and the number 1 spot still being occupied by Tyler Boniface. Boniface in the 69. Carl Lagini second. Now Jablanca's third. Reeves is 4th. Edwards Jr. back there in slot number 5. Johnson. He's going to the last chance qualifiers event, as is flying Brian Gleason and the 117 of Richie Eggers.
Bringing it through corner number 3 and 4. One car slips up the racetrack as they bring it off the turn. That was the number 27 machine of Reeves. He slipped up and he lost position number 4 to the number 21 junior of Gary Edwards Jr. In front of them, Shane Jablanca chasing after the number 6L of John Lodini. Everybody still chasing after Tyler Boniface as they come down to the line. 5 down, 3 to go.
On the top side now, this board qualifying event. Last score advance this time. Lodini works some magic on the Speedway down there. Holds on to the number 2 spot. He can hear footprints in the hallway. It's Shane Jablanca and those fuzzy Simpson bunny slippers down the back straightaway. And Jablanca, the hurricane, reeling in second place man Lodini. It's gonna get exciting.
2 to go this time by. It continues to be the number 6L of John Lodini trying to hold on. Shane Jablanca, number 44X, into turn number 1 and 2. Jablanca right there. Edwards Jr. trying to reel in as they come off of corner number 2. 2 second-generation drivers going at it down the back straightaway.
By his lonesome back there at the final transfer spot continues to be Stoney Points, 27 car. That's Andy Reeves. White flag getting set to fly this time. Boniface still in command of the punch right now with about a 13 car length gap on John Lodini's Scapini's car. Last lap racing action. Now Jablanca going to try and swap lanes coming out of turn number 2 that time, but it might not work. Jablanca drawing in tightly down the back straightaway. Watch him in turn number 3. He won't back out of it. Pitches that sheet metal down to the inside of the Speedway. Checkered flag coming out, winning that 4th dirt car Sportsman qualifier. It's the 69 car of Tyler Boniface. Second spot, John Lodini. 3rd, Shane Jablanca. 4th is Gary Edwards Jr. And 5th, the 27 car of Andy Reeves. Well, there's your first 20 qualifiers for tonight's Dirt Car Sportsman feature event.
turn number 1 and 2. Scagliata hangs it out to dry. Almost got the white knuckle zone, brings it back down and continues on as Billy Deckard leads him down the back straightaway as Batman giving chase right now. Peter Britton and Scagliata's wound up tight. He's going after Coca for position number 4.
Boy, it's tough racing back there for the number 5 spot on the field right now. Might be Coca. Meanwhile, Billy Deckard going to show the way out of turn number 2. Batman Peter Britton trying to close the gap back there in spot number 2.
Working it down into turn number 3. Bobby Barron showing in 3rd. Scagliata riding in 4th. I guess it depends on which part of the state you're from. He told me it's either Scagliata or Scalata, depending on how you want to say it. So I'm going with that one. Now, a run back there in the number 4 spot. Barron holds on to spot number 5. Mikey Coca runs the number 5 spot right now, and he can hear footprints in the hallway. It's Chris Schultz in the Liberty Rock Crushing 24 car trying to muster up the horsepower to put on a fight for the number 5 slot. Peter Britton still there in position number 2. Barron showing in 3rd. Scalata back there in the 4 spot, followed by Coca, Schultz, and the 16 of Willix and the 23 of Billy Van Ingelen. As we are halfway home this time, 4 down, 4 to go.
At the halfway point, it's an almost Billy Deckard, the Gypsum Express Race Table 91 car, got the upper hand on this 3rd final qualifying as they motor down in the back straightaway. It's still Batman Peter Britton in the number 2 spot. Barron rides in 3. 4th spot all by himself is that Adamsville Maintenance 8 car, Richie Scalata. Back there, Coca rounds out the top 5.
Billy Deckard knows in 2009. He won a 100-lapper back here in 2006 as well, as he takes him down into corner number 3 and 4. The Franklin Flyer out of Unadilla, New York. Scott Jeffries, the crew chief, on that ride.
On the top side of this 3rd qualifier, back there here at this legendary House of Power. Mikey Coca holds on to the number 5 spot. He's got the rock all over him. Chris Schultz right now, salves, lotions, and ointments. Nothing can get Schultz off the back of the 25 of Mike Coca.
Final time for Billy Deckard, turn number 1 2, setting the pace. 3/4. I'll tell you what, for a guy that's only seen this racetrack once, and that was last year when we came down for the big show, Peter Britton has adapted to this racetrack very nicely as he comes off of corner number 4.
Field works out a checker before this time. Checker flag goes out to Billy Deckard. Peter Britton will be the number 2 man in the lineup. 3rd spot is Bobby Barron. 4th spot is Richie Scalata, followed by the 25 of Mike Coca. So there's your 3rd qualifying event in the books right now and a part of history. While heat number 4 gets set to perform down there. They're lined up at the staging area. When they work their way out to the playing surface, here's how they'll be lining them up on the outside of row number 4.
Shepard Sharon's Toy will pay Tim Fuller. Americana Diner will pay Billy Deckard. Who will get the C note from Program Dynamics? Let's find out together.
Here we come on a turn number 4 right now. Green flag pursues lightning out of the drop of the hole. Grabs the number 1 spot away. Young Larry White holds on to the number 1 slot as they motor out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Then there's Hearn on the inside, but he's got the Milford Mad Dog to deal with in a wild battle for the number 3 position.
As they head up off of corner number 4, working it down for the first time. The man scramble force as we've got 1 car around up in corner number 4. That is the 11 of Danny Creedon. Danny Creedon in the number 11 machine. The reason for the caution out of Middletown, New York, the RGH Construction Homestron Farm sponsored ride. A little excitement up there in corner number 4.
RacingVideos.com got the replay as they worked out of turn number 4 that time. Creedon just came up to the tail side on what looked to be Hearn's car, just went a little too headstrong into turn number 4, tapped the back bumper, and that kind of set him sideways. Watch on the replay right now. There's Sherlock on the inside. He was battling with Brett Hearn. Hearn crossed over and came down the inside, kind of scraped the chrome bumpers. possible double vision. Of course, they are team cars. We're talking about Sherlock and Storms, and Sherlock was in that first round. This has to be Storms in this round. Saturday night feature winner here at the Speedway. We're going to call it. We're going to call it Mike Storms in the 10 car. While they battle 3 wide for the number 5 spot. Look at him go out of turn number 2, and wow, Mel Schruper gained the upper hand in that 3-car dogfight out of turn number 2.
Working it off of corner number 4, Larry White, the number 9. Turn number 1, Tompkins is made at the Orange County First Speedway is home on Saturday nights. Compliments of Ray and Debbie to it as the 20 of Brett Hearn of Anthem Motorsports Ride continues to ride in position number 4. 2-time feature winner here this season. That is Michael Storms holding on the 4th. Behind them, the mad scramble is Schufer picks up the spot.
Storm chasing Michael Storms back there. Final car. 4-car John. He closes into the command of Brett Hearn. Made some moves going into turn number 2 that time. Meanwhile, Mel Schruper. Schruper rolls off in a number 5 spot, but he's got 2 cars hunting down the back straightaway. David Hunt and the 11 of Cretin all come up to play with Schruper for spot number 5.
7 number 1 and 2 leading halfway home, 4 down. Former Mr. Dirt Car champion holding on to position number 2 as Brett Hearn continues to show in position number 3. So the big show right now with Hearn holding on to position number 3.
Bill works on a turn number 4 this time. Across the strike. Orange County Hot Shoe. That is Gary Tompkins in the Spartan Truck 6 trying to pedal as fast as his little ankles will take him. He cannot find the rabbit's foot to close that gap in the number 2 position. Meanwhile, he's got the commander now bringing the breathe down the backside. That's Brett Hearn, the Wentworth car. Meanwhile, back there,
Storms in the Tri-State Roofing number 10 machine trying to reel in the 20. Run down the back stretch. Trying to close in on the 673 of Gary Tompkins as they continue to chase after the 99L of Larry White. White flag is out this time by final time right now.
That'll work for the number 5 spot. Good on Gary Schruper. But David Hunt trying to show some muscle that time to the inside of the Speedway. It did not work. Schruper's got a little more track time in the old house of power than Hunt. Hunt's going to try and do it for one final job down in turn number 2. Meanwhile, checkered fly getting set to fly. Going to the big show from this qualifying heat. It's White Lightning, the 99L car, Larry White.
Brett Hearn, 4th will be the 10 of Storms, and rounding out the top 5 to the line, it is going to be the number 84 machine of Mel Schruper. So it'll be Larry White picking up the win. $100 from program.
The Tornado, Timmy Heinley into his left. That's the Milford Mad Dog, the Tri-State number 10 X car, Randy Sherlock.
Your front row out of 244 is Chris Whitehead, and on the pole out of Rochester, New York, the Dr. Danny Johnson in car number 66. MJ for this heat race. Whitehead leading. Oh, Randy was leading on Heinley, and Heinley takes over position number 2.
The Doctor of Big Blockology, Danny Johnson from Rochester, shows the way down the back straightaway. Tornado, Timmy Heinley is second. Now here comes Whitehead. Whitehead showing on a tremendous amount of horsepower that Vernon Poulin spot. He works his way into the spot.
As the flag number 43 trying to hold off Randy Sherlock as they exit corner number 2. Heinley now has his hands full with Tom Sears Jr. as they work their way down into turn number 3, but it's all Danny Johnson. Right now, the Doctor, the Atlas Paving, Petruska Racing, number 66 leads the way.
Sears is 4th, and then back there by himself in slot number 5, big brother Bobby McGannon from Garnerville, New York, and that McGannon excavating 21M car, another top 5 finisher this past Saturday night, the big block modified feature event. But could Christopher Whitehead possibly have a very, very fast race car here tonight? And he's racing away at the Dr. has the number 1 spot.
The most surprising driver out of all of them here in this heat race, as he has 2 of the hot shoes around him, the Doctor leading and Tim Heinley behind him, as Whitehead is looking to get into the draw here tonight. That's the difference between starting back in 15th or starting 5th.
Still Johnson's on the way. 244 by 62 car, Tommy Sears, the Bowen car back there in spot 4. Those are secure in the field right now, but a great battle in spot number 5 as Keith Flack in the 43X car begins to build up a full head of steam against the efforts of 5th place running Bobby McGann.
For your race leader, here on the hard flag. Can he make it 7 tonight in the Big Show 3? Wouldn't that be something if he took Brett for his money?
I'm sure he'd love to cash that check Monday morning.
Working it off the turn, 2 to go. Chris Whitehead starting to get a little bit quicker. Number 1, 2.
Final 2 laps, gonna get exciting. Down the back splitter, it looks like the doctor has the upper hand on things, but through the turns, that's where Whitehead really struts the sheet metal with that 244 car. Whitehead now looking off to the inside rail. White flag flies by. 8 to the mile over there.
Whitehead out the line. Good work as Huntley watches from 3rd. Sears is 4th. Again in 5th as they dance down into corner number 3 and 4 for the final time. The Dr. Danny Johnson will get the checkered flag first.
So the wing to the big block gauntletist. Second spot will be the 244 car. Chris Whitehead there, the Tornado to the right. Then the 63 car. Sears is 4th. Bobby McGann in spot number 5 for the 21 car. Heat number 5, now a part of history and carved in the stone tablets. Heat number 6 standing down there inside the pit area.
Rounding out the field, starting on the pole out of Phelps, New York, in the number 3H, the Phelps Cement Products machine, that is T-Bone, Justin Harris. Marshall Oil Company putting up $100 for this heat race. Who will collect the money as we are underway?
Tommy Meyer, the Walbrick Warrior. We affectionately call him the teacher's pet. His wife's a grade school teacher. Works on a turn number 2. Meyer in the upper hand. Works down the back straightaway. Hayers tries to hold off in the number 2 spot. Buckshot Jesse Klein drops the horsepower to the inside. He runs the number 3 groove.
Bringing it off of corner number 4 for the very first lap. It'll be position number 3. Jerry Higby in that 4th spot right now. Holds on to the position with a chassis that he built himself. That is Hickfat chassis number 1. The second one now being built for Jackie Brown.
A very dominant car in the 2011 season. Every Saturday night here at Jerry Higby in the 97 machine. Steve John from Middletown, the boys excavation machine. Ryan's back there in spot number 5. And a whole lot of racing going on in a wild battle for spot number 6.
Bringing it down into turn number 3. Jesse Klein, second generation driver. His dad Bruce, no stranger to this speedway, as he holds on to position number 3. Right off of corner number 2.
Meyer, a very colorful groove master in the 2011 racing season here at the Speedway. Vying, of course, for a possible big block championship this year. Looking very strong. Top point man works out of turn number 4 this time. Meyer against the strong side of the second place winner. That being Jesse Klein. Great showing tonight for that second generation driver from way down in Bangor, Pennsylvania.
Justin Harrison, the number 3H in the first 2 races, an 11th and a 6th place finish. And we've got Craig Mitchell sideways and up against the concrete in corner number 1 and 2. We will see the caution lights come on.
Hollywood Craig Mitchell, the FP Hats number 93 car, lost the handle of things going into turn number turn number 2. Got it around backwards, did not contact the masonry, so that good news for him. Will not have to call East Coast Speed before the feature event, just get himself all straightened back out and kind of unflustered. He'll be set to go back to the tail side, no doubt. Does not look like he'll be heading for the pit area. Yellow lights on the Speedway at the halfway point of this, the 6th and final qualifying heat for the Big Block Modifieds for Brett Hearn's Big Show 3rd edition here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Remember, any event at the halfway point will call for a single file restart, as this is at the halfway. 4 laps have been put to the books, 4 down and 4 to go. See Dave Forney down there.
Super Dirt Car Series rules, all restarts double file this year, as the cars will line up side by side in tonight's feature event. All restarts will be double file up to lap number 75, while all lead cars will go to the front lap cars will go to the tail of the field.
Well, that no doubt was explained during the drivers meeting to these guys tonight, because at Orange County they're always used to going halfway, a single file, but a little bit different tonight. These guys like that, because double file, that puts it most exciting right down to the final checker flag. So no problem. Tommy Meyer up there, he opts to go into the inside of the Speedway. The Barry's Lawn Service 33 and a third car, the Waldwick Warrior with the upper hand so far in this 6th qualifying event. Justin Hears, the Phelps Cement car, runs into number 2 position. Klein on the inside of row number 2. As he holds on to the number 3 position with Higbee right there in the mix for spot number 4.
Oh, a great start through corner number 3, and for that time, of Jesse Klein and the 97 of Jerry Higbee as they left T-Bone out to dry, as the 33 and a third of Tommy Meyer leads the pack down into turn number 3 and 4.
3 Orange County regulars down the back straightaway in the number 1 spot. Tommy Meyer, the teacher's pet, holds on to the number 1 spot. High caliber racing by Buckshot Jesse Klein in spot number 2. Into the bottom, being a Pizza 97 car works the number 3 spot. Here's Ayers for spot number 4, and then Orange County hot shoe Stevie Dodd rounding out the top 5 shot.
Bringing it down into turn number 3. Higbee trying to get up and race with the Jesse Klein, number 59, Jay. 2 to go this time by your race leader. He's in the second spot. 4th year pick lock modified driver as he races off at turn number 2.
Top side now, this 6th and final transfer heat down the back straightaway. Meyer still with a long shot lead, about 8.5, 9 car lengths the distance between himself and Jesse Klein. Mark the National Auto Stores up to the 9th spot. Not that big goal for 1,000. Last lap racing action. We're going down to the wire.
Final time down into turn number 3 and 4 for Tommy Meyer, all by his lonesome out of Waldwick, New Jersey, as the number 57 Jay of Klein right there in position number 2, as he will go to the top. Meyer is going away.
Meyer takes off the number 1 spot. Will be Jesse Klein. 3rd is Jerry Higbee. 4th, Justin Ayers. 5th, the 88 car. Stevie D. Steve Dodd, longtime campaigner here at the Orange County. The big show here tonight, the 100 lap feature. 2 cars go right to the tail side of that starting lineup. Remember, any non-qualifiers is the non-qualifiers event. Winner, it's a choice. Big head scratcher, 13th starting spot or $500, and buy the pit crew's lunch and supper. Time winding down right now. 1st of 3 last chance qualifiers. The country Chevrolet Camaro pace car drops it down to the inside. Here we come on a turn number 4 this time. We're going racing for just a 12 spots in the senior club.
Heading up into turn number 1 and 2, the man scramble Billy Gunn way up on top of the heap as Stuart Friesen in the Jeff Daly Marty Vertigone number 1F machine leads the field down into corner number 3 and 4. Dunn regroups, he'll take the 2 spot. Fellow Northerner of the North, that is Rob Bellinger sideways to corner number 3 and 4. Jimmy Davis able to get by.
Well, a mad scramble is on for that number 2 coveted spot. That's the hot seat of the Speedway right now. Billy Dunn out of Watertown has it in his hip pocket down the back straightaway. He's got a driver right there behind him that probably has more laps in his career at the Speedway than any of these guys at the track tonight.
Car number 10 as they work off of corner number 2. Jimmy Davis out of Boston Spa, New York, holding on to position number 4. Behind him, Bellinger rides in 5th as the Legerio number 4 sits in position number 6. Flack and Hume complete the field as Friesen shoots by in turn number 1.
A little bit of elbow space down between the top 3 campaigners that are in the top 2 spots of the Speedway. Billy Dunn going to work off the apex of that number 1-2 area. Runner down to the inside of the Speedway and stretched out that number 2 place margin that he has over 3rd place running Richie Urich. Urich back there, I think I can, but time's going to be in the essence.
Billy Dunn holding on to position number 2. Enough race car to get into the show right now. Doesn't need to push it, staying right there. Nobody behind him. He cannot hear Richie Urich, so the Billy Dunn number 49 just needs to run a smooth race, and he's in the dance.
Coming up on the halfway side this time. Martin down and 5 to go. Tracy the Burdick, number 1 car, holds on to number 1 spot on the Speedway right now. Good in 2nd. Urick back there pedaling as fast as his little ankles will take him. Did not leave the close back trap. That Billy Dunn has up there that glorified number 2 position.
Bringing it off the turn, Billy Dunn, the number 1 speed machine. His dad, Billy Dunn, owns the car, heading on that side. Off the corner, number 2. The feature winner at the Champions Park. World Racing Group fold as the number 49 at Dunn continues to hold on to position number 2.
Wow, is aboard that 73 entry first time. Orange County Speedway works back there number 4 spot. He's got a lot of racing to do, and just a very little time to take him. Final chance, of course, coming up in the non-qualifiers event, but it will not happen now in this first of 3 last chance qualifiers. Still, the number 1 car, Stuart Friesen, up on the top side.
Off the corner, 2 to go. For Friesen. In the turn, number 1, the winner of the OCFS Small Engine Fuels 200 October of 2010, the biggest and richest big block modified race in the nation, and he was the winner of the 39th edition. Number 4. White flag is out for this last chance call.
4 more left-hand turns, 4 more clicks of the wrist on that big steering wheel on the big block modifier. The big Stuart Friesen home to a checkered flag notch. Second place man still Billy Dunn. Urick's going to have 1 final chance in the non-qualifiers event to work some magic of the Speedway. Meanwhile, checkered flag coming out this time. Going to the big show tonight, the number 1 car, Stuart Friesen.
Billy Dunn in the 49 will cross in position number 2. He's into the big show. As Richie Urick finishes in 4th position will be Jim Davis. 5th spot on the grid coming across the line right off of corner number 4. We will find the number 77 JC Speedway. And Dan Humes, who's committed to the tour out of Canaan, Connecticut, will round out the grid. So Stuart Friesen and Billy Dunn will make their way into show number 3.
I'm over at the Orange County Speedway to his left spot number. That's Chris Schultz.
Starting in position number 4 and car number 84. That is Mel Schrufer out of Bloomberg, New York. And next to him in car number 25 out of Circleville, New York is Mike Kolka.
Front row, 2-time winner of the last Saturday night's feature, the 10-car Storm chasing Michael Storm's the winner from the Richie Scalata in the Adamsville number 8 car.
And they are off, and it is going to be Storms motoring out to the number 1 spot with Scalata giving chase down the backstretch. Hang on, trouble. 1 car, Schrufer out of shape, gets it collected back up as Chris Schultz is able to get by.
Melly Schrufer from right here in Middletown, the Academy Transmissions 84 car, made his first stop at the Orange County Speedway this past racing season. Right up at the front of the pack right now, the Storm chaser from Whitehead, New Jersey, picked up his 2nd win this past Saturday night. Could be a very profitable 8-day span here at the Orange County Speedway for the Tri-State Grouping number 10 car of young Michael Storms.
Working it through corner number 3 and 4. 1 car pushing up to the extreme. Chris Schultz right there as they exit corner number 2. Watching them is Lance Willits, Billy V, and Schrufer as they work their way off the turn.
Through the turns, it looks like a 2nd place battle may be developing, but on the straightaway, Richie Scalata from Mountain Brook takes off like a rocket, holds up for the lead spot. Hoping the French car. The horsepower to close the gap down the straight before as he won talented driver through the turns here in the 5/8 mile.
Bringing it off the turn, Michael Storms leading them down into turn number 3 and 4, pulling away. Randy Sherlock owns the car. Randy's brother Robbie is the head wrench on that ride and showing why right now number 4. Number 8 machine.
Well, remember the mathematics we brought to you before. Michael Storms is the only driver that could possibly put a total of $12,000 worth of earnings in his hip pocket for racing 3 times in 8 days here at the Orange County Speedway. The big drywall bonus is going for grabs. He won Saturday night. He could pick up a $6,000 Saturday night as well.
Second full year on the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series Tour. Last year, Peter Britton was his crew chief. This year, Batman, well, we've already seen the results. He's going to start off the Big Show 3.
Just about to see the smile on the mug of the Storm chasing 10 car. Michael Storms at home in the office of that Tri-State number 10 mount. Second place battle is being secured by Scalata. Boy, that time the rock went way up into the squishy stuff. Beads of sweat began to pour off of his brow as he held the bound and hold on to the number 6 spot.
Talked to Mike Moser earlier, the number 3. He told me, we've been good here each and every He is ninth, but right now he is 1 spot out of a transfer position in this last chance qualifier, number 2.
Second and 3 last chance qualifiers down the back straightaway. They'll see the 2 to go sign coming out this time. It's still Michael Storm from Whitehead, New Jersey in the number 1 spot. Securing in the number 2 position is Richie Scalata. Mikey Coca trying to fumble through the glove compartment right now. Look for that rabbit's foot. Use anything he's got to grab himself that big gap of space and put a race off the number 2 spot against Scalata. I think time's going to win that 2-place battle.
Being displayed for Michael Storms all by his lonesome. 1 and 2. And he will roll down the back straightaway. Scagliata has nothing for him as Billy B in trouble here. Suspension braking on the left rear as he limps down into turn number 1.
No doubt we'll see the checkered flag. Van Inwingen safely down behind pit wall. The win goes to Michael Storms, the number 10 car. Second spot will be the number 8 car, Richie Scalata.
Second, or third will be Colton. Fourth will go to Chris Schultz. Fifth will be the 27th machine of Hunt. Following him will be the 16 of Willix and the number 84 of Schufer.
Bobby McGannon.
And your front row in the Phelps Cement Products. Next to him in the 62S, this is a Summit Automotive Group. Away they go, 10 laps the distance, 2 of them go to the big show. Who's it going to be? Is Steve Dodd to the inside, looking to get by the Sears number 62. Car into the wall, that is the number 10X machine of Randy Sherlock.
So caution lights will fly already. The patriarch of that 2-car 10 field, Randy Sherlock himself, coming into hard contact with the masonry, coming out of turn number 2. Second time this year that's happened already early on in this racing season. He virtually destroyed his early ride this year down in turn number 1 when he hit that buffering wall area, the big Ute tire wall, laid it on the lid backwards, has that car back in racing formation after doing a lot of wrenching on it over the last couple of weeks. But Randy Sherlock, of course, took Michael Storms as his designated driver early on in the 2011 racing season, and obviously a good choice by the Sherlock Racing family to put the young driver in their main ride. Already he's claimed 2 wins here at the Orange County Speedway, the only 2-time winner so far at the legendary House of Power so far for this racing season. Yellow lights remain on, trouble in turn number 2. It's all in the hands of Randy Sherlock at the point.
Well, for the past couple of years, Storms has been out on the road cutting his teeth at different racetracks throughout the Northeast with the big block modifieds, and always was a staple here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. No surprise to see him doing as well as he has done this year right out of the box with that Sherlock team. Randy and Robbie Sherlock have always had immaculate equipment, no doubt whatsoever. They've always had great cars. Now they've got a super driver behind the wheel. He's already shown them why. 2 wins on the year.
And he's got some very sharp teeth.
That's right.
No 2 ways about it.
That's why you cut him.
Field runs under yellow right now. No laps have officially been scored. Justin Hears looked to be the driver to remain in the crosshairs by everybody behind him at the drop of the green flag as he bolted out to the number 1 spot. Tommy Sears still remains in the number 62S car. Back to the original starting spot with the exception, of course, of Sherlock, who brought out the caution. Everybody else gets the option to go right back to the original starting spot that they were in because no laps have been scored. Bobby McGann in the 21M car rides now in the number 3 spot, should be 3rd. They've swapped up spots with Stevie Dodd. Dodd's now running in 3rd. McGannon is 4th. Flack and Mitchell make up row number 3. Courier and Mills in row 4, followed by the Bullfrog out of Port Jervis, Pennsylvania. And of course is Jeremy Markle. He also got a 2-car team this year.
You know, Tim, I try to be a keen observer of detail on some things, and the Country Chevrolet Camaro out there, the way it's painted up in that red and yellow colors, I think it looks absolutely sharp. But every time it drives by here, it reminds me of Lightning McQueen from Cars.
Well, I sure as heck would rather have it painted like Lightning McQueen than Tow Mater, that's for sure.
Peter done. That's true.
Of course, then we could play the Sanford & Son theme every time he comes out, but we'll hold on doing that.
Hey, don't forget your 50-50 tickets. First prize, the money. Second prize, we've got a pizza from Papa John's. Third prize, we're going to give somebody a dinner at the Texas Roadhouse.
Here we come on turn number 4. Second try for this third last chance. Clears out to the number 1 spot right now. Man, maybe not. I stand corrected. We've got Keith Flack in trouble aboard the 43X car. He's down there in the squishy stuff against the base area on the inside of the straightaway. That will bring out another yellow flag. Amber on the Speedway. Amber alert.
That is the Ravenna Rocket, Keith Flack, and he is not going to drive away. That is a broken left front on the number 43. Apples, the crew chief. John Albany is no stranger to this Speedway, longtime wrenchman with the Manson Motorsports team and with Brett Hearn back in the late 90s and early 2000s, as Flack is going to need some assistance. A regular at the Lebanon Valley Speedway.
Yeah, he's definitely got something wrong in the left front corner of that mount as the pony tire has angled itself in a way out of shape fashion. Get some assistance there behind pit wall. Having just a tad bit of trouble getting this third last chance qualifier off the ground. Remember, we'll also follow this with a Dirt Sportsman last chance qualifier. We'll take 10 cars out of 13 possible eligible starters in the Dirt Sportsman consolation. Then, of course, that non-qualifiers event, that's going to be a big one. All that leads up to feature event time here tonight. Dirt Car Sportsman feature followed by the big show. The 100-lap classic for Big Block Modified. $6,000 the first place paycheck. Not too shabby.
Want to take this opportunity to thank everybody again here with us tonight. Good evening and welcome to the Orange County Fair Speedway. The Big Show 3. Tim Pitts, Shane Andrews up here in the eye in the sky bringing you the racing action. Want to say hello to everybody out there on the World Wide Web listening on dirtvision.com. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Great to have you on board here with us. Great show as we are on our third last chance showdown here this evening. Caution on the Speedway as the number 43 of Keith Flack bringing out the caution as the field will double up as we get ready to go as the yellow lights are off. The Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car.
I'm going to thank the folks from the Joy Insurance Company for co-sponsoring the arrival of that beautiful Country Chevrolet Camaro this year. Smiling Buck Morrow got the entire back seat full of thermoses of hot coffee as it keeps him awake all night long here at the Speedway. Caution lights turned out. Third chance at starting this third last chance qualifier. Here we come on turn number 4.
Justin Harris leads the man scramble up into turn number 1 and 2 as the 62S of Tom Sears runs in second. Bob McGannon sits back in third. Steve Dodd fourth. Craig Mitchell moves it up to the 5 spot as they head up into turn number 3 and 4.
Field rambles down through turns number 3 and 4 right now. Looks like a good moonlight ride for the number 3 car. Justin Harris industrial number 62S car. Tommy Sears at home in the office behind that mount.
Bringing it down off the turn. Mitchell going after Dodd for the 4 spot. Couldn't do it. Top 2 go to the big show. As they head up into turn number 3 and 4, Markle still right there as he looks to pedal up and challenge Mitchell as we've got a pass of Johnny Grino and the number 43 machine of Clint Mills.
Down the back straightaway, we see Bob again in the 21M car. He's the only driver in the Orange County Fair Speedway history that went from full-fendered racing, first out right to Big Block Modified. Driver top 5 finisher this past Saturday night.
An excavator by train holding on to position number 3 and then number 21M out of Garnerville, New York as they work their way down into turn number 3 and 4. 4 laps will be complete this time by as your leader.
Always a very strong campaigner come Eastern States weekend here at the House of Power. He's up there in the number 1 slot right now. It's still Tommy Sears cannot find the horsepower to close the gap. The Mullen car right to the bridesmaid spot. Got that big bouquet of flowers just standing right there in the
as he rides back there in second. Steve Dodd rides back there in position number 4. The number 93 of Mitchell sits in 5th. Marco is 6th. Courier and Guerrero round out the field.
Field works out of turn number 4 this time. They're looking at the orchestrator up there, the flag man's perch. Goes up the top side. Hearn's going to put it on cruise control out there in the number 1 spot. Sears cannot build up the horsepower to close the gap right now. Of course, back there it's still Bob McGannon. He'd be the first of 3 alternates in the number 3 spot. Don runs in the number 4 spot right now aboard the 88 car. He also could use a couple of extra horsepowers over the sheet metal to try and put a challenge on to at least the Bobby McGannon.
County Fair Speedway as we have 2 laps remaining.
The top side right now winds down. Only a pair of tickets to the senior pro, but I'm going to make sure for the last chance qualifiers. And it looks pretty convincing from this point, Shane, that it's going to be, of course, a Hares and Sears show. Is that kind of like a Sears and Robot deal?
Almost,
if
it was opposite.
Sears and Humbug.
Final lap starts right now. The turn at number 1. Charlie Masonry, number 3. They're not going to catch him as they head into 3 and 4.
Well, if he'd be driving a little bit bad, we call him crosshairs. Works out of turn number 4 this time. He'll claim the win for the last chance qualifier, the number 3 car. That's Justin Hayes.
Second will be the 62 of S. Fourth will be Dodd. Fifth will be followed by Jeremy Markle, Tim Courier, and Johnny Marino. So the last chance showdowns for the big block modifieds are complete.
The 29 car, Tyler Odendahl, the 27. Starters right now. Last chance qualifier for Dirt Car Sportsman. 10 tickets to their feature event being handed out. Top 10 finishers get the last 10 starting spots in their big dance out here tonight. Caution lights have been turned out. The Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car drops down to the inside. Dirt Car Sportsman, high-speed machinery. Here we come on a turn number 4. Jimmy Johnson on a Bloomingburg, New York. Only the second time out. Unveiled that brand new Sportsman on Saturday night. The Johnson electric car. Oh, trouble in turn number 2. This is ugly. Yellow, yellow, yellow in the Speedway. The 72 car of Mike Skelly involved down there along with Jake Schlegel in the 37J. Boy, first time out with that car. Tough break for him. That car looked so darn good earlier out of the box. Also, the number 4 car of R.J. Smith. Smith in the number 4 SL, the old Bobby Henschel car. Second time out for that driver. As he unveiled that new purchase of his on Saturday night. So no laps have been scored at the start of the last chance qualifier in this Dirt Car Sportsman event. 3 cars tangled down there in turn number 2. Complete restart with the exception of those 3 cars involved in the mishap. We'll get that cleaned up just as quickly as possible. Laps down as they line up behind the powers of the Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car. There's the former Bobby Henschel car. Bobby, of course, signed over the title to R.J. Smith and built himself a brand new Dirt Car Sportsman that we just saw out here a little bit earlier. That was the black and orange number 4 car. Henschel, a long-time campaigner here at Middletown. R.J. Smith, a relative newcomer to the field of dirt car racing. We welcome him. Always a welcome addition when we see new drivers arrive at the Speedway. So cleaning things up down there in turn number 2. last chance qualifier. Dirt car Sportsman. It's do or die time. Put it in the lineup or put it in the trailer, break out the lawn chairs and enjoy some future events. Corey Ziegler, first time back this year in the FDI car. State of New Jersey. Very meticulously prepared dirt car Sportsman entry. He was looking good. Past entries here at the Speedway always had some very good looking racing equipment. And for those of you that have been around a long, long time, when you see the FDI name on the side of a 27 car, the first name that comes to mind, Jerry Wildrick. He's also from the state of New Jersey and handed that sponsorship and number over to the young Corey Ziegler about 3 seasons ago. Caution lights remain on, but not for very long in this 8-lap last chance qualifier. White flag being offered right now by Little Chief Jerry Enright, our chief orchestrator here every Saturday night at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Venezia and Johnson make up row number 1. Gleason and Smikla in row number 2. Janiak and Eggers in row 3. McKee and Smith in row number 4. Ziegler on the inside of row number 5, along with a K3 car, Danny Crunk. And 37 of Jake Schlegel, first time back with the Sportsman car this year. We're used to trying to keep up the Schlegel on the Speedway in the vintage car class, as he's got one awesome Northern Vintage Dirt Modified. Wins at many of the outings that we go to. Caution lights turned out. We're going back to racing this time. Second chance. We're on the Speedway right now. Remember, 10 tickets handed out to the senior prom. Jimmy Johnson from the outside. He's got R.J. Smikla, the Papa Squat car. Works down the back straightaway. He's going to work into the number 2 spot.
Charging down into turn number 3 and 4. Leader on the bottom as they hug the inside rail off the turn. First lap will go in the record books. Jimmy Johnson with the number 3 machine. Chase back there in the 2 spot. The number 27 machine holding on to position number 3 is Corey Ziegler.
Jimmy Johnson, 52 years old. R.J. Smikla, 15 years old. It must be his grandson at that ratio. They work through turns number 3 and 4 right now. Jimmy Johnson going to show the way. Smikla right there, closing out. Venezia right in the number 3 spot right now. Facing his 4th. Janiak with Eggers' 6th. Then R.J. Smikla 7th. Back at 8th, it's Ziegler right now. Trump is 9th, and then right now it's going to be the 19th of Tyler McKee to round out the qualifying picture.
Smikla taking a look on the Jimmy Johnson number 77 machine as they exit corner number 4. Smikla took a look to the top side. Johnson a little bit quicker on lap number 3. And the number 27 Ziegler still back there for position number 3. While the number 14 car, Brian Gleason, holding on to the 4 spots.
Corey Smikla had a whole boatload of horsepower as he rolled out of turn number 2 that time. A real squat and squeeze maneuver and caused himself right up to the tail side of Jimmy Johnson. That's going to be a dogfight right down to the finish. This time. 4 laps left. 4 to go.
Top 3 all within 3 car lengths off of corner number 1 and 2. Johnson, number 77, leads them down the back stretch as the battle for position number 4 starting to shape up. As Janiak has the 5 spot closing in on the Brian Gleason 14G for position number 4.
Eggers all by himself back there in slot number 6. R.J. Smith is 7th. Danny Crump is 9th. Tyler McKee, the big poker, 19 cars still holds on for that final ticket to the big show tonight.
Holding on to position number 2, trying to reel in Johnson. Johnson with a 2 car length advantage. This is where the youngster's been able to make his move through corner number 3 and 4. Can't make it work this time. Johnson quicker as they come to the line.
Smikla family be well represented every Saturday night. 2 racing members of the Smikla household. As R.J. Smikla going to grab the numbers out of the possibly no worse than 2nd in this last chance qualifier. But as he down the back to the right now, tries to hold on to the number 3 spot. But Jimmy Johnson, the old man from Bloomingburg, in the Boiler King number 77 car, flips a boogie out the wing winner right now. Holds on to the number 1 spot. Last lap racing action of the Speedway.
Final time to corner number 1 and 2. Johnson with a good line off the turn. Smikla right there in the 2 spot. As they exit the corner, the youngster trying to reel him in. Will he have enough as they head into turn number 3 and 4? He's going to make a move.
Checkered flag, and he's at the fly this time. Transponders stand by. Don't bet the dog license just yet. Jimmy Johnson comes out of turn number 4. The win goes to Jimmy Johnson. R.J. Smith was second. Frankie Venezia will be third. Brian Gleason fourth. Matt Janiak will be fifth. Then Richie Eggers is sixth. R.J. Smith is seventh. Corey Ziegler was eighth. Billy Brown is ninth. And 10th spot just got the wire. The 37J car coming back from the caution. That's Jakey Schlegel.
Mike Cole. Get ready to turn them loose. Decisions. 10 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Winner has the choice. 500 American or lap starting position. 13 for the 100 lapper here tonight.
Caution light's been turned down. Country Chevrolet Camaro drops that field. The big block horse puppies off in turn number 3 and 4. Here we come out of turn number 4 this time. Racing.
McCannon on the inside. Richie Hearn on the top shelf. They look to go 4 wide off of corner number 2. It's not going to work. A little bit of a traffic jam as Schuper out of shape continues on as the number 10 of Richie Hearn brings them up off of corner number 3 and 4.
Well, worked through the garden like a pinball machine, but he all held on to the right direction. Nelly Schuper got white wall, Richie Hearn, body shop owner from upstate here in New York, works down the back straightaway. The Collier Country Chevrolet number 10 car puts himself out about a 4, 4.5, 5 car length gap right now over big brother Robert McGannon.
Working it off the first round. Steve Dodd is 5th. Chris Schultz is 6th. J.C. Flack holds on to 7th. Craig Mitchell is 8th. Jeremy Markle 9th as David Hunt rounds out the top 10.
Jimmy Davis, first time at the Orange County Fair Speedway. He's got a boatload of horsepower. Golden second great one. I'll tell you what, like the champ right there, like Bobby Bear. Works down the inside of Bobby McGannon. Second place battle is on.
No stranger to horsepower. Regular at the Hearn Speedway on Saturday nights as right now he is going after the McGannon number 21M for position number 2. Your race leader, Richie Hearn. Lost the slow strike.
Not there to find out side by side as big brother Bobby McGannon yelled out the wing window, "What? No, you don't. Hold on to the number 2 spot." Oh, trouble with Mikey Coleman down the back straightaway. He's going down behind pit wall.
Bringing it up off the corner continues to be the number 10. Second, Davis to the inside. Tries to keep it around. He goes around. And he's corner number 1 and 2. Bob McGannon racing hard with Jimmy Davis and throw it out the window. He'll go from 3rd to DAL.
Yes, and in my neck of the woods, they say TRUBBLE. He is in trouble down there. Spelling was never one of our strong points down there in the Pennsylvania Dutch country, but anyway, Bobby McGannon in trouble, brings out the yellow flag. Yellow lights on the speedway at the halfway point. 5 laps down, 5 to go. Non-qualifiers event for the big block modifieds. Urich would have much rather have seen a clean green race in this event. Little does Urich know right now what he's got to deal with at the drop of the green flag, because Jim Davis has been coming on like a barn burner the last 4 laps. He put the move on McGannon, got safely by him, and then McCannon kind of got all beside himself there and just lost the handle on things going into turn number 2 a little bit too strong. Brought out the yellow flag, so Urich, it may be a force to be reckoned with when he looks over his right shoulder and sees this newcomer at the speedway, says, who the heck's this red 73 car? I think he may be finding out very quickly.
I think Jimmy Davis is going to give him a run for his money here as we get ready to do the dance one more time. 5 are in, halfway home. Steve Dodd has a good seat. He rides in 3rd. Chris Schultz is in 4th. Talk about a guy that has just had an absolute horrible night tonight. Chris Schultz, he wants to get into this dance. May have to do it the hard way, but he is holding on to position number 4. Craig Mitchell rides in 5th. J.C. Flack rides in 6th. Jeremy Markle sits in 7th as we are ready to go racing once again.
Caution light's getting quickly turned out. Country Chevrolet pace car. The Camaro drops down to the inside in turn number 3. Hands the pacing duties over right now to Richie Urich and Jimmy Davis. You gotta have a favorite out here. It's time to start betting Fido's dog license on this one. Here we come out of turn number 4. Green flag flies. We go back to racing.
Chris Schultz, 9-0 south and across the pace. Getting it fired back up as the rest of the field works their way off of corner number 2. It is Richie Urich with the advantage. Jimmy Davis carrying a head of steam into turn number 3. Thought about taking a look to the inside. Couldn't make his stick.
Davis took himself about a lap's worth of time to study the groove of Richie Urich. In this kind of an hour round right now. Urich holds on to the slip out of turn number 2. Davis pedaling down the back straightaway, trying to close the gap. Top 2 cars waving bye-bye to the rest of the field.
Working it through corner number 3 and 4. Jimmy Davis still right there within striking distance of the Richie Urich. Still running in third. Mitchell sits in fourth. Markle going after flag for position number 5.
It's going to become futile back there in the number 5 ramp. Time winding down, coming up off the inside. Swapping lights this time. Urich can hear somebody back there in the hallway. He knows it's that red and yellow covering the side alongside of him under that caution restart. Don't even know who the gentleman is, but he knows there's no time to falter. Here comes Davis. Davis puts it down to the inside.
Couldn't make his stick. That's been the Achilles heel for the number 73, pushing up between 3 and 4. White flag is out. Richie Urich 1 lap away. Coming down to the 13th starting position. Urich got a turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Davis got 2 more left turns to work some magic of the 5/8 mile. Here we come. Urich slides up the banking. Davis puts a nose down to the inside. Drag racing on a turn number 4. The wing goes to the legendary Richie Urich. Jimmy Davis second. Steve Don third. Craig Mitchell will be 4th. Jeremy Markle 5th. Ethan Lockley 6th. Tim Curry for 7th. It's going to be the 8th place finish for the 24 car of Christopher Schultz. Now we'll roll on a turn number 4 this time. Dave Farney, chief orchestrator, got green flag in hand. We go racing! Sammy Piazza, the SPLI landscaping 29 car, quickly out of the hole, grabbing the number 1 spot away. 3-car racing for the number 5 spot on a turn number 2 and down the back straightaway they motor this time. It's going to be Eggers to follow Piazza down in turns number 3 and 4. Pummel dropping suit down to the inside, fighting right behind for spot number 3. Lap number 1 officially goes up in lights. The race leader is Sammy Piazza. Sammy Piazza moving forward at number 29. Pummel running back in the 4th spot. Hang on, trouble, turn number 1. Oh, it's ugly. They're not done yet. Now they are. Boy, Matt Janiak warmed up the brake shoes down there. He went down to the inside, and boy, it was curtains. Ugly, ugly polyester curtains. They get threw out back in the 70s on the Redwood deck. Well, they'll back them away. We'll see now who can continue on. Janiak pulls away, as does Boniface in the 29, R.J. Smith in the 4SL, Eggers in the 17, Garino in the 3G, first time out in that car. Billy Pasquale unveiled it on Saturday night. Let's get a replay from the little big screen up here in Mission Control when Tommy Zabin had the camera on. It looks like it all began with the number 1 car. That would have been the M1 of Jimmy Marr. When he went into turn number 1, she kind of got out from underneath him. We see him almost sideways in the apex of turn 1. He shouldn't be in that position until he's at the apex of 1 and 2. He was sideways. A couple of guys tried to shoot down to the inside, including the 11 of Ferrier. With Marr sideways, Ferrier and Edwards and Henschel all become a unicar. One big car, 4 cars virtually just locked together in Warlock. And I'll tell you what, it was ugly from there, as Keith Still put his nose into the middle of it with no place to go. Kind of made the 5th car in that gaggle. So did Chris Stevens in the 83 car. He came into hard contact, by the way, with the 11. And Team
teammate Burgess kind of was the last car. So the Think Fiberglass 1 of Jimmy Marr, the first guy to initiate that melee. The last car was his teammate, the 2X, who kind of put the cherry on the sundae down there in turn number 2. Cleanup continues down there between turns number 1 and 2. All this excitement, just one lap has been put to the record books, one down. 29 more remain on tap. Substantially increased purse tonight for the Dirt Car Sportsman. Yellow lights remain on. Field behind tow right now of the Country Chevrolet Camaro. Well, you like what you see here tonight. Don't forget, every Saturday night here at the Orange County Fairgrounds in Middletown, New York, Dirt Car Sportsman, their big block modified counterparts, the senior division of motorsports every Saturday night. Full fender racing also on its finest, pro stocks and the street stocks. Action gets underway every Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. Big event, of course, this coming Saturday night, the Mid-Valley Drywall King of the Track Round 2. Which driver will pocket an extra $1,000 for his racing efforts by being the best finisher out of last Saturday night and this Saturday night's feature event?
Want to let everybody know that the sprint cars take center stage July 22nd and 23rd at the Fast Track Rolling Wheels Raceway in the Sprint Car Summer Shootout for the 360 Sprint Cars. This event will bring 3 premier winged sprint car series together with more than just money on the line, but bragging rights. The 360 Sprints will be joined by the Dirt Car Sportsman Modifieds, CRSA Sprints, and the Mid-State Vintage Stock Car Club on this Friday and Saturday night extravaganza. Ticket prices for Friday are $20 for adults, $10 for students, and children 9 and under are free. Ticket prices for Saturday are $25 for adults, $10 for students, and children under the age of 9 are free. Or you can buy a 2-day pass for $40 and save yourself $5. All you got to do is call the Dirt Car Northeast office at 315-834-6606 with ticket orders and questions. Sportsman ready to get her back underway. 1 lap in the record books. Green lights back on and away we go. Oh, the leader is smoking. I'm not quoting Joe Morata. Sammy Piazza showing smoke out of that line as they work their way down the backstretch into corner number 3 and 4. Smoke billowing out of the leader one more time. Eggers running in third. Hummel holding on to position number 4 as they work their way off the turn. A good battle for position number 3 and 4 as they head and the number 69 machine of Tyler Boniface.
It doesn't look like good smoke either. That's a whole lot more than just fire smoke. And now Piazza's night comes to a close down the back straightaway. Some 28 laps early and hope to that just doesn't run out of oil, and that's when they always start slowing down.
And overcooked pepperoni Piazza.
Oh, it surely is. Piazza tough breakdown behind the pit wall, handing over the first place range right now for the 52nd car. Uploading Eggers second time back this year with that help. While the 44th car, Brian Crumble holds on to the number 2 spot. Out around the top side, down the back straightaway. Here's Boniface. Boniface to the high side. He'll pick up spot number 3 right now as they ramble through turn number 4.
Bringing it up off the turn as your race leader can now be 57 as the number 44 position number 2. Boniface runs in third. 33 Hitchcock. 6 back to 4 change of Blanca rides in 5th. Car on the move right now. Tyler Boniface and that number 69 looking for position number 6.
Steel works down there through turns number 3 and 4. Nobody steps in a line. Top 5 down across the stripe this time. Remaining in that lane of Billy Eggers. But Brian Crumble's getting quicker. Crumble back to the inside right now. Saw some real estate open the inside. Quickly, Eggers reaches out the window and grabs that for sale sign out of the front yard. Says, I'm holding on to that number 1 spot.
Working it through turns number 3 and 4. Brian Crumble challenging the number 57 of Billy Eggers as they exit corner number 4 down into turn number 1. Car to have a lane advantage right now. Boniface still there for position number 3 as the number 33 of Hitchcock. Feeling the pressure now. Change up the 34X as they go off corner number 2 while the number 6L of John Ladini holding on to position number 6.
Boniface Boniface had himself a very power-packed
Turn
lap.
number 1.
Trouble down in turn number 1 and 2. Andy Reeves, the 27R car's in trouble. He backed it against the masonry down there between 1 and 2. Brings out the yellow. Now with 6 laps. This race is 6 laps old, remaining under yellow. Andy Reeves out of Stony Point, New York, a Stony Pointer. Remember, not to be confused with an Irish settler. If you're Irish and you live in Stony Point, it would either make you an Irish pointer or a Stony settler. Well, either way, there's a lot of drivers here this year from Stony Point, New York. Andy Reeves is one of them. He has brought out the yellow right now, the second time in this 30-lap feature event. Reeves a regular here every Saturday night on the 5/8 mile. Yellow lights coming on. The field remains under caution. Send out the cleanup crew. Johnston's Toyota safety truck also goes out there to see if there's any kind of loose debris laying on the racing surface. Kind of recyclable sheet metal that they can throw in the back and take up there to the recycle. All right. Single file restart after the initial green flag for the Dirt Car Sportsman 30-lap feature tonight. Here we come out of turn number 4. Jeff Carney with green flag in hand. Lights the fuse in the Dirt Car Sportsman feature event. Here is Brian Crummell down the inside and put Boniface into that. Place him right now. They work him out on turn number 2, but on the top side of things, way up wide. Here comes the Hurricane. Wow, 2 cars down the back straightaway. Second generation talent out of Pokeway, New York. It's going to be Jablanca to the inside. Put him into that mix for the number 1 position.
And that was a good move to the inside of Boniface, and he was able to get around Hitchcock at the same time as the number 6 Alan Ladini rides back there in position number 6 as they work their way off of corner number 2. Now Jimmy Spellman making his presence known in the top 10. Running back there in the 7th spot is your race leader, Billy Eggers. Exit corner number 4. Brian Crummell has thrown everything he has at him except the steering wheel to get up and challenge up for the number 1 spot.
Well, it's far from over yet. We're only 8 laps underway right now in this 30-lap shootout. Down the back straightaway, Eggers works into the low side of the Speedway. Crummell may have to take him on the outside if he's going to try and get around to that ball. Meanwhile, Jablanca begins to study the grooves that these top two drivers are taking to see exactly what part of the homework he'll have to do. Close up that gap back there in slot number 3. Boniface still 4th. Point leader Hitchcock back here in spot number 5. Then the second Boniface back in spot number 6. Lodini working some back in spot number 7. Spellman is 8th. Venezia is then in spot number 9. And 10th is the number 1 of Marr.
Jablanca was able to pull right away from the 4th place car, that being the number 69 Machine. Boniface with ease and is close right in on the top 2. So Eggers and Brian Crummell are going to have company in the form of Shane Jablanca. And Jablanca now starting to mount a challenge on Crummell for position number 2. On his back tail feathers as they exit the corner. Top 3 all within 3 car lengths.
Watch Jablanca down through turns number 1 and 2. Kind of drifts back just a hair. Gets himself all sized up out of turn number 2. And then, like a rocket, down the back straightaway, just kind of bolts himself up to close that gap between himself and second place running Brian Crummell.
Let's see what he can do this time. Crummell closes in on Eggers. He heard Jablanca coming after him. Now he puts the foot down, trying to keep the pace with the number 57 of Billy Eggers. Top 3 have quartered away from the 4th place car. Boniface, Hitchcock still there for position number 5 as they exit corner number 2.
2 separate races in the field right now. Top 3 cars fighting for the number 1 spot. Then Boniface back there in spot number 4. Got point leading Matt Hitchcock closing the gap. Here comes Hitchcock down to the inside of the Speedway. The Scotty's plumbing and heating car works a little magic on a turn number 4 this time. Puts the power to the inside. Cannot close the gap on Boniface's 69 car.
Battle for the lead. Crummell to the inside of Eggers. Couldn't make a stick that time. Off the 2-turn as the 44 of Jablanca still anxiously watching these 2 cars. Closes in on Crummell. Right on the back Nerf bar. Wheel to wheel, nose to tail through corner number 3 and 4. Crummell going after Eggers again. Here comes Jablanca. Great race with the top 3 into turn number 1.
Any one of these top 3 guys we could be talking to in victory lane. Crummell got a nice fight getting inside of the Speedway stuck like Elmer's coming out of turn number 2 that time. Closed the gap on Eggers. Meanwhile, it looks like Jablanca dropped back just a notch or 2. And it's still going to be Hitchcock caught between the 269 cars in the field, both belonging to the Boniface Racing family.
Well, top 3 still together as they complete lap number 15 into corner number 1 and 2. Here comes Crummell again, but Eggers a little bit quicker on the top side. Jablonka's going to be licking his chops, just waiting for something to happen with the top two. Boniface still there, a distance back and forth. Hitchcock riding in fifth as they head up into turn number 3.
Time winding down right now on the top side of this 30-lap shootout. 15 laps have been scored, 16 more lengths this time.
Here comes Jablonka to the inside of the 44. Crummell couldn't make it work that time. Back stretch they run. That gives Eggers a little bit of breathing room, but not much as they head into turn in number 3. They're about 3, maybe 4 laps away from hitting the tail end of the field. Will this play a role in this race tonight?
A third battle has now developed for the number 7 spot. Johnny Lundini on the 6L car. Works on a turn number 4 this time. He has got Jimmy Spellman all over him back there in spot number 8 right now. Spellman on the inside of the Speedway. Watch him on a turn number 2. Third battle around the back straightaway as well.
Bringing it off of corner number 4, top 3 still together as they exit the turn. Down into corner number 1, 18 are complete as Billy Eggers still with the advantage. Crummell to the inside once again, can't muster up the power off of corner number 2. Jablonka falls back just a little bit by about 3 car lengths, but he's been able to make it up in the money corners 3 and 4.
Just getting a little bit of air underneath that sheet metal right now to keep that crate motor cool as Jablonka wrangles on a turn number 4. There's about a 3-car length drift between himself and the second place man. Crummell not giving up the fight. Eggers, he knows, is going to go center line to get through the turn, especially in one. That's where he tries to put a radiator cap down to the inside against the number 57 of race leading Billy Eggers.
Eggers still with the advantage as they work off the turn. A handful remain. 5 to go this time by. As Dave Barney shows him a handful. Eggers still with the advantage. Here comes the Crummell number 44 to the inside. Threw it in hard, can't make it work. Eggers still with the advantage as they exit 2.
Boy, you can throw a blanket over, but then they couldn't see down the back straightaway. Couldn't put a dollar bill between them right now. Crummell all over race leading Billy. Eggers, salves, lotions, ointments. Nobody's going to cure that ill. And Eggers cannot shake the Crummell-itis he's got right there in the shadows.
Crummell's going to try, puts a nose up in front. Eggers again outmuscles him off of corner number 2. As Crummell has been fastest in turns number 1 and 2. Let's see how this changes. Billy Eggers' driving style. Will he protect this time into turn number 1 as they come down to the line? We will have 3 laps remaining.
Time winds down very, very quickly. Don't count out Brian Crummell. Crummell knows what he's going to do to get by Eggers, but he's got the Sherry and Jablonka car right there in the shadow of the with him. And that's where he loses it going down the straight. Jablonka's more powerful in the turns than he is on the long straightaways.
2 to go this time by for Billy Eggers, looking to hold on for the feature win here tonight for the Sportsman as they come down to the line. There's Crummell still right there. Jablonka's going to take a look to the inside. Here comes Crummell now to the low side again on Eggers. Couldn't make it work.
Well, he's got to pull a rabbit from behind him, but we're tugging on Fluffy's ears right now because Crummell has got victory lane tuned into the old GPS. He wants to hear the ladies say, "You have arrived," but he's got a whole lot of homework to do before he can hear that sweet voice sing over the cockpit. Down to the straightaway, white flag flies. Last lap action. Here's Crummell to the inside.
The slide job works as Crummell has been setting that move up for the last 15 laps. He takes the number 1 spot into turn number 3 and 4. Jablonka back there in 3rd. A sensational move by Brian Crummell.
Well, it's the last lap that counts for the big paycheck tonight. The win goes out to Brian Crummell.
Second will be the number 57 machine of Billy Eggers. 3rd will be the Jablonka number 44.
Well, it doesn't count until the checkered flag comes out. How long did... Handed downstairs to Shane Andrews for our national anthem.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening and welcome to the Orange County Fair Speedway. It's the Big Show 3. On behalf of the World Racing Group, Dirt Car Northeast, and Brett Hearn for tonight's event, we welcome you to Orange County Fair Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to ask you to please rise, and gentlemen, if you would please kindly remove your headwear. At this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our friend and spiritual leader from the Finish Line Chaplaincy for tonight's invocation, Pastor Ed Harkin.
Thank you, Shane. Let us just take a moment to ask the Lord's safekeeping on tonight and a blessing on tonight. Let us pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for this day. Father, we thank you for the blessings that you pour out upon us, giving us the opportunity to be here tonight. And Father, as we continue through tonight, I pray that you would have your safekeeping about the drivers. I pray that your angels would be about them, the crews and the officials. Father, I ask that you would bless each person in this place, bless them with your presence, and we're so thankful we come to in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to remain standing as we salute the greatest nation in the world with our national anthem to be performed tonight by the talented Melissa Lazaro.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we've hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Melissa Lazaro, ladies and gentlemen. Show 3. Fourth on the grid in car number 91 is the Franklin Flyer, Billy Deckard. And next to him, starting in the third spot, in the 33 and a third, out of Walter, New Jersey, is Tommy Meyer.
Your outside front row, the 74 car from Edwards, New York, in the Smith Brothers number 74 car. That's Timmy Fuller. Your pole sitter once again, the beautiful Twitter 21A car. It's Batman Peter Britton.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to go racing here tonight as we have the Big Block Modifieds, race number 3 of the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series. All right, ladies and gentlemen, backstretch started up. Let's see those lights, those flashers, and those blinkers. Everybody here on the front straightaway, let's see you on your feet, ladies and gentlemen. Get up, as you are about to see one of the most special sights you will ever encounter here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, the hour for Big Block Power is upon us. Before they go fast and start the power slide, we salute you with the Big Blocks 4 wide, the ground-pounding, earth-shaking, window-rattling, 800 horses without all the mess, the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series. A spectacular sight, ladies and gentlemen, for you great race fans here at the Big Show 3. Thank you very much for coming out here tonight. You are about to see one heck of a show. Backstretch, keep those lights going. Come on, let's see you out there. We know you still have it in you. White flag being displayed this time by Chief Starter for the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series. Dave Farney has in his hand the white flag. The next time the Big Blocks come rumbling off of corner number 4, they will be at full song. Tim Fuller picked up the win at the Rolling Wheels Raceway to start the season. It was Billy Deckard winning at the Canandaigua Speedway for race number 2. Here on the Big Show, it is Jimmy Phelps and Billy Deckard with triumphs in this event. Who will it be tonight? Up on the front row from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia is Batman, Peter Britton. Will they have anything for him tonight? Well, we are going to find out. Caution lights are out. Tim Pitts, take us to lap number 1.
Well, the caution lights have been turned out, ladies and gentlemen. We're set to go racing 100 ground-pounding laps here at this legendary House of Power in Middletown, New York. The Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car waves down to the inside. It's Peter Britton, Batman himself, to bring those big block modifieds down out of turns number 3 and 4. Timmy Fuller, longtime outside invader here at the Speedway. We're gone racing this time around. The big show number 3. Now underway.
And it's going to be Tim Fuller jumping out to the number 1 spot with Pete Britton giving chase in second. On the move, Jimmy Phelps in the 98H. Going after Tim McCready's 4-star machine. Tommy Meyer right there in the thick of the battle with the number 91 of Billy Deckard. Hang on as the scramble behind the leaders continues on. First time around, it's going to be Fuller.
Works on a turn number 2. Second place battle down in the back splitter with Deckard. Thought he had the number 2 spot in the bag, but Batman Peter Britton, he works it up to the outside rail right now. Very strong upper hand against the battle of Billy Deckard for the number 2 spot. Britton remains in second. Deckard Johnson puts it on down to the inside for spot number 8 as they work down the back splitter right now. Doctor of Big Blockology backs out of it, holds on to the number 8 place challenge. Out of turn number 4, holding on to the number 1 spot, continues to be
bringing it up off the turn, Fuller on Edwards, New York. In the north, racing zone number 74 leads the way. T-Mac, the Phillies learner, old 74 machine, 4-star machine. Holding on to position number 6. Meanwhile, Larry White looking to get underneath the Dr. Danny Johnson. He'll do so off of corner number 2. So Lightning moves it up a spot as they complete lap number
4. Car works a little magic on the outside of turns number 3 and 4 right now, holds on to the number 2 spot. Billy Deckard, the thrower from Utica, New York, works the Gibson Hole Taylor's number 91 car. First spot, he's using the inside out of the Speedway, while Batman caught it. I want to watch shot.
bringing it off the turn. Tommy Meyer, the 33 and a third, able to take a spot away as they work into turn number 3 and 4, getting around the Jimmy Phelps number 98H. 6 laps to be complete this time by. It is Fuller with the advantage. Peter Britton running in second. Billy Deckard third. Tommy Meyer fourth. And Jimmy Phelps is fifth. 6 spot belongs to Tim McCready. 7 is Larry White. Danny Johnson is 8th. Jerry Tompkins 9th. Superman Shepard rounds up the top 10. Chris Whitehead sits in the 11th as they work their way down to the corner number 3 and 4.
Good battle for the number 3 Meyer, full of speed, got the back straightaway. He puts the number 2 car Justin backs for the number 4 spot. Meyer holds on to the number 4 spot, but he's got to run right up to the Orange Plaza parking lot to hold on to the shot. He sees it down to the inside of the turn. Holds it away. Helps the team inside the Speedway. Meyer way up on Wisner Avenue.
While you watch that battle, I'm keeping an eye on the speed spot. Peter Britton was all over on that lap, in particular in the turn number 3 and 4. As they come off the corner this time, Batman still with the advantage right now by about 2 feet. Over the 91 of Billy Deckard. For the third place this one, Michael Ryan's in fifth. Fuller for 6th. Larry White is 7th. Shepard rounds out the top 10 as they exit corner number 2.
One notch out of the top 10 right now remains to be the 244 car. And Christopher Whitehead runs back in the number 11 spot. Slide up to the field. It's Jesse Clark. Jumping into the one side of things. The key up there in number 13 position right now. Does a 150 number 13. Trying to shoot over the number 2 spot. Now number 19, McKee picks the left right up off the number 2. Down the back, get away. Must put the horse down and find Jesse Clark.
Tim Fuller is about to hit slower traffic to bring it home. First though. Whitehead still in position number 10. Rogers 11, Anthony is 12. Matthew Lorenzo 13. Stuart Friesen is 14. 15 belongs to Heinley. Brett Hearn sits in position number 16.
Well, Timmy Kohler sitting in the back bumpers right now. As the old Buck used to say, here, you're going to start playing some Jimmy down the back split away. Kohler can split up the groove with those tiny bumpers are trying to see without losing a whole lot of time to that second place battle. Oh, trouble with Jerry Hickey down the straightaway. The car is shut off and he's safely is down behind pit wall. Hickey, the first car to the attrition match right now for 14 laps of competition.
Hollywood Mitchell already came down pit road in the number 93. He will go back out onto the Speedway. Now remember, in World Series competition, we can only lose a lap under green. So those two cars will continue down the lanes as they work their way around the Speedway. Meanwhile, Fuller on the tail end of the field, going after the Richmond number 8 machine. Ron Bellinger right there in front of him as they use corner number 2. Peter Briggs still has his hands full with the number 91. Number 3 and 4, and we will have 16 in the books this time under Jimmy Kohler.
Jimmy Phelps, meanwhile, has maintained the distance all by himself back there in the number 4 spot. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. He's in the number 4 spot. Tommy Meyer is fifth. And now Timmy Fuller has got the back bumpers to deal with down the back straightaway. Scalata will be the first victim to go on that down to the left side of Timmy Fuller. Fuller has to do it from the outside part of the Speedway. Down to 24, second place battle. And it's going to catch up. Let's catch up that mustard as he went into turn number 4 this time. Oh, Fuller almost got crossed up. He was behind Scalata. And all he knows he has to take the high road. That's not going to be the easy road for race team Timmy Fuller on turn number 2 that time. Because Scalata kind of used the center of the raceway.
Fuller having trouble getting Peter Briggs really got for using this to their advantage to get up and race with the number 74 Tim Fuller, who at this point can run away and hiding from them. But now that margin is shrinking as now Jimmy Phelps and the 98 running back there in fourth. We have a new second place car. Deckard to the inside of the 21A of Peter Britton. Britton by a wheel as he headed to turn number 1. Able to keep the number 5 so he'll hold on to position number 2, and they are reeling in Tim Fuller, who can get around Rich Magliata.
Silent but surely rides Jimmy Phelps back there in the 4 spot. He's walking in on that number 2 place battle and going before his very eyes. As Deckard goes down to the inside of the Speedway, Deckard out of turn number 2 this time, and Deckard has the upper hand on the low side. Deckard fights with that turn number 2 spot. And a whole lot of horsepower behind him right now. Works with the outside, still a side-by-side battle for the number 2 spot. And Fuller takes it all in, trying to get around. Still out the number 3 car.
Deckard now fully up to position number 2 as Peter Britton sitting in third. Jimmy Phelps rides in fourth. Tommy Meyer is fifth. Tim McCready is sixth. Larry White is seventh. Johnson sits in third. Shepherd completes the top 10. Chris Whitehead sits in 11th. 12th on the grid right now as they enter quarter number 2. Who's Chuck McKee 13th.
Jimmy Fuller is really having a hard time at things. He got clear Scalata's car. On a turn number 2, Deckard has put a nose down to the inside. Now Fuller's going to work down to the inside and say, I saw you that time. You know I'm up there number 1 car. I'm going to get by the lap traffic. Now Fuller finished Scalata finally after 8 laps of trying to get around the back marker. Fuller was going to drive, but there was Decker's turn. Decker's only a car between them right now as he works through turns number 1 and 2. Here's Phelps down the inside, and Jimmy Phelps goes racing for the number 3 spot against Peter Britton.
Working it down into the corner. Peter Britton still under the pressure. Both of those cars out of the Troyer camp. Now Tommy Meyer's going to look and sneak by both of them as they come off of corner number 4. So the battle position number 3, 4, and 5. And throw Tim McCready into the mix with a 4-star machine, the Mini Salerno-owned ride. As Deckard trying to get around the number 8R of Ron Bellinger. Fuller's already cleared him, putting a slower car between himself and the second place car of Deckard.
24 laps will go up in lanes this time. Fuller could breathe a little bit of sigh of relief. Got a girl straight away ahead of him right now. Second, third, fourth, and fifth runner needs to deal with him. It's the lap traffic between them. Deckard is in the number 2 spot on a turn number 2 and down the back straightaway he pedals. Third spot is then the number 21 car on back in the grid. But the latest number 4 spot is Jimmy Phelps, and hovering above him in spot number 5 is Tommy Meyer.
Tommy Meyer going to the top shelf for Tim McCready right there on his tail tender. And he's got Jimmy Phelps and Peter Britton as Meyer drifts up, opens the door for McCready. But Meyer a little bit quicker off of corner number 2. Phelps a little bit quicker off the turn as well.
Timmy Fuller down to turn the line. Billy Deckard has gone open season on Timmy Fuller and trying to do everything he can in the book to close the gap. That Fuller has it on 5, 6, 6.5, 7 car length gap between Fuller and second place man Deckard on the field. Phelps is still very quick as more than Meyer. Right building a shadow in spot number 5.
And a great battle for position number 3, 4, 5, and 6 between the number 9 of Britain, the 33 Meyer, T-Mac in the 4-star machine. Now Larry White, the Dr. Danny Johnson, and the 673 of Gary Tompkins have entered the fray. Positions 3 back to 9 are all together racing into corner number 4.
Not only does Tommy Meyer have Littlefoot, Timmy McCready and Fuller, they've got about 3 or 4 more race cars hovering down his buttocks right now as they all go racing to number 5 spot. 3 wide down through turns, number 1 and 2 this time. Britton way up on the outside. Here's Mac ahead of Meyer.
T-Mac still right there, Colin Tommy Meyer's 100 tracks through corner number 3 and 4. Larry White still in contention in this one. The 4-star Tim McCready. And Dr. Danny Johnson still right there as well. Meyer trying to keep the spot. T-Mac right there to the inside. Wheel to wheel down the next straightaway. That's the battle for position number 5.
Go back side by side on number 5 spot. Now Meyer has broken free in the clutches of Timmy McCready's number 4 car. Meyer must remain the outside of the Speedway and he's got the 30 goes back down to the inside. 3 cars all looking for the number 4 spot. Britton has it, but Meyer and McCready won it. On a turn number 2, Meyer and McCready that time and puts McCready back to the number 6 position.
Larry White running in 7th. Gary Tompkins sits in 8th. Danny Johnson is 9th. As now the 9S completes the top 10. Your leaders pulling away from everybody at this point. As they work their way down into turn number 3, the top 2 nose to tail is Fuller. Feeling the pressure. We're under pressure. Yellow lights are on.
Wow, just as Billy Deckard put a nose on the inside of race-leading Timmy Fuller, yellow lights come on. It is the 59 car of Jesse Klein. The car has shut off, and he is down against the outside of the Speedway in turn number 3. Our first caution in 31 laps of competition, and the reason is the number 59 of Jesse Klein. The car is shut off. Does not look like he has any contact with the concrete. He rests on the outside part of the Speedway. Of course, cannot get down out of harm's way by himself. He has shut the motor off, and we'll send some assistance down there to pick up Jesse Klein's 59J car. Field remains under yellow right now after 31 laps of competition.
Well, this will give everybody a chance to cinch up the belts one more time, tighten them up. Tim Fuller was feeling the pressure from Billy Deckard for position number 1. As Fuller in that number 74 machine has been the race leader since the drop of the green. Deckard riding in position number 2, former winner of this event, as the Jimmy Phelps 98.8 showing in 3rd. Pete Britton is 4th. T-Mac Tim McCready sits in 6th. Larry White is 7th. 8th is Danny Johnson. 9th is Gary Tompkins. And the 9S of Matt Shepard rounds out the top 10.
11th then would unofficially be the 244 car of Chris Whitehead. 12th is then the number 19 car of Chuck McKee. 13th would be the number 1 of Stuart Friesen. 14th, the other number 1. Opposite colors for Timmy Hindley. Followed then by the number 20 car of Brett Hearn. Top 15 rundown after 33 laps. Yellow lights do count. Yellows count, cautions count until lap number 75. The last 25 laps of the big show, number 3, will be run under the domination of the green flag. So yellows only count until we see 75 go up. Tax racing for the big bucks, $6,000 paycheck.
And remember, double file restarts. Double file restarts, all the lead lap cars to the front of the field, lap cars to the back. The 8R of Rob Bellinger received what we call the easy pass. You are able to come back around until at the end of the lead lap, and he is back on the lead lap. So we are ready to go racing again. Fuller puts the foot to the floorboard. Deckard right there on the top side, looking to make something happen as
once again, breathing a big sigh of relief. No lap traffic in front of him. He works out on turn number 2 that time. Deckard may be winding it up like a rubber band because about a 3-car length distance now is built up between the top 2 gentlemen on the field. Working down through turns 3 and 4, we see Jimmy Phelps back there in the number 3 spot. Then Peter Britton is working spot number 6 right now. Yellow on turn number 4.
Yellow lights are on. We have a car stopped up in turn number 3 and 4. I believe that is the 62S of Tom Sears Jr.
Sears in the Mullen Industrial car has shut off on the outside of the apex between 3 and 4. Yellow lights coming back on the Speedway. After 36, we'll see 37 go up in lights this time by. So what looked to be a very interesting battle began a lap and a half ago between Tommy Meyer, Danny Johnson, and Larry White. Those top 3 drivers on the field out here running in spots number 6, 7, and 8 all want to make a break into the top 5 running order. Well, they will run the wheels off the wagons to try and grab a top 5 run. Flat right rear tire for the Mullen Industrial 62 car. And to quote the doctor himself, she done lost oxygen. That right rear tire has gone flat for Tommy Sears. He'll go back behind pit wall right now, fumble through the toolbox, find himself a can of Fix-A-Flat, and get her back out here ASAP.
Well, an exciting race up on front of the heap right now as Tim Fuller leading the way for the first 37 circuits, and Billy Deckard all over him each and every lap as they run 1 and 2 with the number 98H of Jimmy Phelps running in 3rd. Peter Britton's 21A is 4th. The 4-star of Tim McCready running in 5th. Tommy Meyer is 6th. Danny Johnson 7th. Larry White is 8th. 9th on the grid belongs to Matt Shepard, rounding out the top 10. We are going to find the Chuck McKee 19. 11th is Gary Tompkins. 12th, Tim Hindley. 13th, Stuart Friesen. Chris Whitehead 14th. 15th is Brett Hearn. 16th, Bobby Barron. Matt DiLorenzo sitting at 17th. As Rich Gagliata is the Easy Pass recipient, as he will hustle back around and he will be on the last. He will be the last car on the lead lap. 38 are in the books. 39 when they come down to see the white flag this time by Richie Urich, who opted to start in position number 13. Still out on the racing surface is Tom Sears Jr. in the 62S back out onto the surface.
White flag being offered by lead orchestrator David Fardy this time down the home straightaway behind the powers of the Country Chevrolet Camaro pace car. Gotta thank the Joy Insurance Company for helping support and sponsor that beautiful pace car throughout the 2011 racing season here at the Orange County Beer Speedway. Double file restart, as we said before. Make it just as exciting as we possibly can in any Super Dirt Series feature event. This one, the Big Show 3 here at the Orange County Fair Speedway, brought to us in part by, of course, World Racing Group, the Orange County Fair Speedway, and Mr. Brett Hearn himself. 3rd time this classic has touched down in Middletown.
We will restart on lap 40, 10 laps away from the halfway bonus of $500 brought to us by Johnston's Toyota. So we're 10 laps away from that with from the Monticello and Middletown locations.
Here we come on a turn number 4. And Deckard tries a little nose to the outside. He drag races, caught Jimmy Fuller sleeping in the punch on a turn number 2. And Deckard waving bye-bye down the back straightaway. New race leader is Billy Deckard.
Very good friends off the Speedway. They are fighting tooth and nail for the number 1 spot on the Speedway. But it's really here comes Tommy Meyer to the inside of Tim McCready. Looked to grab the 5 spot, couldn't do it that time. Larry White watches from 7th, Danny Johnson 8th, Chuck McKee 9th, and the 673 of Gary Tompkins completing the top 10 as we will be on lap 42.
This time will ride Jimmy Phelps is going to try and put the move on Timmy Fuller, but down the back straightaway. Fuller remains in the number 2 spot. Now the main quest for Fuller is just to maintain that number 2 place margin. Does not look like he has any popcorn left in the popper to try and close that gap on Deckard. But now he's got Jimmy down the middle of the trail. Each car. Down the inside. Fuller's car slides in the bank. That's not where Fuller has wanted to go racing the last 5 or 6 laps. Fuller would rather be on the inside.
Working it down into corner number 3 and 4. Hindley in the number 1 lead, trying to make his way up. Each car on his way to the front as they work their way off of corner number 2. As he started in the 18th position, now challenging Gary Tompkins for position number 10.
Jimmy McCready has secured the number 5 spot in the field right now aboard the number 4 car. Because Tompkins on second round, they did the number 6 slot. Myers got a hand to deal with right now. Young Larry White, the White Lightning, number 99 L car. Put his head down to the inside that time. Meyer came down to claim his share of real estate. Hold on to the number 6 challenge, but he's got White Lightning striking right there in the distance.
Working it down on the turn. You're right there. Billy Deckard has already won on the season at the Canandaigua Speedway for the Super Dirt Car Series, looking to make it 2 in a row as he leads the field.
Boy, Deckard just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Fuller is still second, is third on the mix right now. Back in spot number 4, the 21 of Britain. Then McCready rounds out the top 5, virtually all outside of finish here at the Orange County Fair Speedway tonight. The Brentwood Big Show number 3. Top there is the number 6 spot continues. McCready the number 33. Davey Johnson is 8. But here comes the Middletown missile of Chuck McKee. And McKee coming alive right now at the halfway point, down the back straightaway. He wants to make an outside move on the Doctor.
He will take it to the top side. Off of corner number 2. Doctor will lead the position. Meanwhile, down the back stretch. Halfway home. $500 halfway bonus from Johnson's Toyota goes to the Franklin Flyer of Billy Deckard.
And a thank you to the sponsor of our championship from here at the Speedway, Johnson's Toyota. One of the wheel the Big Show 3, the 100-lap feature event, is now 51 laps old on the 5-8 mile. Here's Deckard across the strike. 25 margin on Timmy Fuller. Jimmy Belcher is third, Peter Britain fourth. Tim McCready is fifth. Down is third on the top 5 for 6. Larry White is 7th. Davey Johnson is 8th. 9th spot on the outside is the number 18 car of Chuck McKee. McKee is getting PDQ on the field as he is going quicker and quicker as time rolls on. Now McKee once again puts the nose to the outside on Davey Johnson. 2 very strong drivers in modified competition. They go on lap after lap with the outside and gets on back in spot number 10.
Tim Heinrich rides in the number 9S, Amanda Shepard 13, Chris Whitehead 14, Brett Hearn 15, Billy Gunn 16, Bobby Barrett 17, Austin Harris is 18. And number 4. Deckard back in the lead and shrunk just a little bit. Fuller is picked it up a little bit. As Jimmy Phelps goes in position number 3. They'll work their way off of corner number 3 on board. Deckard on cruise control on lap number 54.
Lots of elbow space left between the top 17 meters of this 100-lap feature event, but down the back straightaway. About the only thing that Deckard has to look forward to in the next 10 laps could be possible black markers on the field, and that's the only thing that can roll up Billy Deckard's mainstay challenge right here tonight at the Orange County Fair Speedway, because he is just, like Shane just said, on cruise control. He's to dominate the drive. Fuller is trying to pick a lane back there on the 2 spot. He tried for a couple of laps on the inside, but tires were worn by early on his fifth mother's car. That time he went to get the outside of the speedway, that's not where he wanted to be. Quickly came back down to the inside.
for him tonight, showing in position number 7 as he comes across the start. Up the key is right, Gary Tompkins comes out to the top. Short racing over one machine. Runs back to the car. He's headed in position for 20.
That yellow car separating those two with another number 1 car. The white one back there is Timmy Huntley running on a number 11 spot right now. Then, as Shane said, Stuart Richard Rollins back there in the number 12 spot. Number 4, there's number 1, 11 and 12, 13 little field right now is number 14. It's going to be a 244 Christopher Whitehead, 15 of Brent Hearn. That's the top 15 rundown after 58 laps here at the Orange County Fair Speedway tonight.
59 just clicked down the record book for Billy Deckard. He is now going to try and put Chris Stanley out of 59 with 40 laps remaining. And Fuller is drilling him in. Fuller is getting closer. 60 out of the books this qualify, and Deckard able to clear Stanley out as Fuller within 3 car lengths as the exit corner number 3.
Did Deckard slow up, or did Fuller find a pull that horsepower to the second in turn number 1? Only about 4 car lengths and 1 car separated was by 2 drivers. Scavanas back to back Parker. He's passing 2 drivers. Billy Deckard, the 91 and 60, Fuller in the 74. They all march across the street right now. Fuller's going to go down to the inside again. Scavanas racing up in turn number 1. Fuller clears the back Parker. Securing the number 2 spot. And he is going. Billy Deckard getting the back split away. 3rd spot is filled in all by himself. That's Jimmy Phelps. Batman Britton running in spot number 4. Scott Miller put Timmy McCready looking over his shoulder though. With only Carlin separating them in spot number 5. So
really impressed with Peter Carlin. A total of 3 times, and he is back to fortune on 2 of those occasions. The 3rd time here, he's running a position. It's no wonder watching him race, and he is a 3-time Australian National Modified Champion. This guy has a full load of talent, and he's done to New York State in the big modified race.
Little Black put the horsepower along it up there, running all the way across the country of Australia, and kind of get used to some one of the faster style of racing. I think we're slightly more advanced than some of those modifiers they got over there at the Berlin. But I'll tell you what, he is hopping up there in the number 4 spot on here tonight.
Looking impressive. Shootout for Billy Deckard as he puts Red Hunter down 1-2 left corner. 65 are in the record books.
Deckard is going to start doing a whole lot of homework because he's got a boatload contact partner to deal with in just a couple of laps. Fuller sees that, and Fuller may be putting in strategy as well. Fuller goes to the outside of the speedway. Back there in the number 2 spot. 3rd is still Jimmy Phelps.
I gotta say that this is the most fun that I have seen for a big show event. As we are 66 minutes from the course, as Billy Deckard continues to lead the way.
Time winding down, track taking on that one. Make a decision. They want to let the extra do they want to let the extra outside. Of course, the rubber that's been laid down came off of their tires, so tire wear may now become the factor. They've got to worry about a whole different spot with a different surface now showing up beneath their wheels.
Billy Deckard still the advantage over the tip corner. Deckard looking to pull away once again. He has done so. And Rob Bellinger down 1-2. Next in line is going to be Thomas, who I believe is already down 1 that counter. Then Mandy Lorenzo. Meanwhile, a battle rages on with the number 21A of Peter Britton and the number 1 of Timothy. Jimmy Phelps into the pit with the number 88 beats the lead in the 3rd spot. So Britton
coming out here tonight. Of course, he started back there at number 6 spot. He's been running top 5 the entire distance long. Meanwhile, it is still Deckard. Decker's got 3 back markers to deal with. They're not just hunting down the on this guys are using the ball 3 times in the racetrack. Deckard sees it as the only chance for Fuller to start closing the gap. Now, Fuller's got about a 20-car length gap in the number 2 spot. Got a lot of time to do, but Deckard may get wound up just a bit as he tries to put a lap on the number 62 car top. And he squeaks down to the inside of the and Deckard down the front in the middle of the crowd. Billy Deckard down the back straightaway. Decker's caught in non-traffic, and Fuller is somewhere back there hovering in the midst of spot number 2.
Bringing it up off of corner number 3 and by the 62 out of Tom Sears Jr. Fuller now back with his front wheel. They have a 4-car away on the 21 who's doing his hands full with the machine. As they enter the corner, Tommy Meyer still riding back there in position number 5. Larry White with a solid top 10 car. In position number 6, Dr. Danny Johnson still holding the 7 Chuck McKee. Belongs to the number 10 from 18 rounds out the top 10.
Well, remember that big gap that Billy Deckard had on Jimmy Fuller. It is slowly dwindling away as the lap cars are certainly slowing him down. Watch Deckard come behind 2 lap cars, and Fuller's here to put him on turn number 2. They try to close the gap back there. Meanwhile, Deckard trying to stop the previous 4 players back there in the spot 5. It's going to get itchy in Middletown about this time.
24 are left to go. 76 are down. 24 to go for Billy Deckard as he with it breathing and striking distance as they head up to turn number 2 cars in front of the race leader. They have the grills blocked. Deckard, he's got to be careful. Lorenzo and the 10 of Michael Storms as Fuller trying to reel him in through corner number 1 and 2.
Fuller is around the inside of the Speedway at this point, but that's where Sears is. He's in that car between himself and race leader Billy Deckard. Decker's just throwing his hands up in disgust right now. He can't figure out which way the Speedway. These lap cars are not going to be occupied. There he is right on the tail of Di Lorenzo. Then he's got the 10-point deal in front of him. Meanwhile, Fuller trying to garner up the horsepower to close the gap. Now Billy Deckard lets him go. Hey, I'm back here. I'm number 1. Point, point, bam, bam. Time to make the move.
Well, he used the comb horn, a little bumper humping down into turn number 3. He was there. Now Deckard can hear a motor behind him in the form of Tom Sears Jr. He doesn't know that Fuller is still the car receiver. Deckard clears Di Lorenzo. 21 remain. They get 20 when they come to the line. They're going to cut off the pace in turn number 3 and 4 as they work their way off the corner. 1 car in trouble. Justin Harris on the number 3. A left rear flat. Speaker plus helps cement cottage ride. And we are going to see yellow. Yellow lights are on left number 80.
Yes, the right rear tire has gone southward on the Phelps Cement 3 car. Justin Harris remains on the racing surface down there in turn number 1. That brings out the yellow right now with 80 laps being scored. That puts us 80% the way home to a $6,000 paycheck. And boy, I'll tell you what, Shane, it's got to be at this point where Billy Deckard just starts breathing a big sigh of relief. I think he'd rather run head-to-head with Timmy Fuller in a battle for the lead than he would to try and clear this quest of lap cars that he's been dealing with for the last 25 laps.
Well, he knows who he's racing with when he's racing with Timmy Fuller. They have raced side by side for years. He doesn't race against Matt Di Lorenzo that much. He races a lot against Tommy Sears Jr. He knows who he's racing against. But you're right, he wants to be racing out there with cars on the lead lap, not with everybody else. And of course, at this point, all the lead lap cars will go to the front. All the lap cars will go to the rear of the field. Matt Di Lorenzo, to let everybody know why he's coming around, he gets the easy pass. He will be the last car on the lead lap.
Remember also, Shane, 80 laps into the books right now. The caution laps do not count. The lap counter is frozen at this point. it's got to be 25 green flag laps right down to the paycheck out here tonight, so you won't see any more laps tick on the scoreboard.
And the race has to end under green-white checker conditions. If we have a caution, the race will end on green-white checker conditions.
No, I think Timmy Fuller just comes up to the inside right now, says, okay, Mr. Deckard, you're opting to go to the outside line of the Speedway. It is pole sitter's option as to which line of the racetrack they want to restart the event in. Billy Deckard obviously saying, I feel good on the outside. That's where his car is sticking the most so far. I think Fuller doesn't mind starting on the inside. That's where he's been occupying by choice for many, many laps.
Well, Fuller's car has been working best on the bottom. We saw the trouble that he was having trying to get around the 62S of Tom Sears Jr. He didn't want to go to the top. He wanted to go to the bottom, and that cost him ground. Actually, at one point, Deckard was boxed in behind two of the slower cars and was losing ground to Fuller, but Fuller was actually not able to gain any either due to the fact that he could not get around the car of Tom Sears Jr. So we see white flag being displayed. Dave Farney down there showing the field one more time around. One by one, the fun run is how they'll start them up, nose to tail, as it'll be Deckard, Fuller, McCready sitting in third, as Tommy Meyer sits in fourth. Peter Britton shuffled back to fifth. It'll be Larry White running in sixth. Seventh on the grid right now is the Dr. Danny Johnson. Eighth on the grid is the 19 of Chuck McKee. Ninth belongs to Gary Tompkins, 673. And Stuart Friesen has picked up 10 positions as he started at 20th. He now runs in the 10th spot. Chris Whitehead, very consistent run here tonight. He sits in 11th. Matt Shepard, 12th. Brett Hearn, 13th. Billy Dunn, 14th. And Bobby Barron rides at 15th. 80 are down, 20 laps remain.
We're going back to work right now with there's a 20-lap jump doing run. Down the back straight with the pedals. Quickly puts about a 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7 car length gap on Jimmy Fuller. Boy, I'll tell you what, Deckard's car is outstandingly flawless here tonight, and there is nothing that's going to slow that guy down even after 8 grueling laps. Anywhere he wants on the racetrack, it's a flawless drive for Billy Deckard, the Gypsum Express Wholesalers number 91 car.
Gary Tompkins, Chuck McKee, and Stuart Friesen in a ding-dong daily of a battle right now through corner number 3 and 4. As McKee surrenders the top. Working off the corner. Friesen running in 10th. Whitehead is 11th. Matt Shepard 12th. Brett Hearn sitting at 13th. But it's all Billy Deckard in control up in front. He's opened up 7 car lengths right now on Fuller as we click off lap number 83.
Well, you know, Shane, earshot right now of Jimmy Fuller down the back straightaway. Only about 4 car lengths separate that second and third place battle in the field. And I'd say McCready might have the upper hand right now because he may be going just a tad bit quicker than Fuller 74 cars around.
Well, we know Vinny Serrano is going to put a good car in his typically is obviously Chase 200 in October. McCready goes back to position number 3. Tommy Meyer still back there in the 4th spot. 5th belongs to Peter Britton. Larry White, a sensational drive tonight, holding on to position number 6 as we click off lap number 85 and 15 remain for the Franklin Flyer. Billy Deckard.
Lose control. He's got a rhythm out here. Steady and steady. He's going to turn number 1. Cautiously lifts just for a split second, gets back on it. The car really does look like it is on a rail out here tonight when he's all by himself and doesn't have nobody to battle with. It is just looking so darn easy.
Scott Jeffries, the crew chief on that line. Now, couple out colors playing 4. 14 top 5 finishes in Visitor Car Series action here at the Orange County Fair Speedway for Billy Deckard. 3 wins, 3 seconds, 1 third, 5 fourths, and 2 fifth place finishes. And he is 13 laps away for the trophy number 4 of the Orange County Fair Speedway.
They work on turn number 2 and down the a bit wider. McCready puts about a 12 car length jump between himself and Timmy Fuller. Meanwhile, Timmy McCready works back there, the number 3 spot. He's got about 6 car lengths that he can chop away at. Before he offers Fuller some challenge for spot number 2. Tommy Meyer back here, back in the number 4 spot. Battle for sixth right now. Larry White is now fighting with Kenny Johnson. Yellow, the Speedway.
Car up against the fence in turn number 4 as we are under caution. Matt Shepard in the number 9S, a right rear flat on the Extreme Lubricants number 9S machine. The defending Mr. Dirt Car Super Dirt Series champion goes to his crew as Minnie and Gilly and the gang will go to work to get that Hoosier tire changed.
Well, you know, Shane, here is where a guy like Billy Deckard says, you know, I've seen some pretty good guys have some tire problems late on in this event. Gee, I kind of wonder what my right rear is looking at right now.
Well, I'll tell you, if anybody was to go up and give him, and I do mean a sincere, honest answer, it would be the guy that is running in position number 2, Tim Fuller.
No two ways about it. An honest appraisal could be in store by Timmy Fuller should Billy Deckard require that. Deckard kind of got a good feel for a race car in the Speedway. He knows what line to use, and he's been using it so far.
Now remember something. The only way Tim Fuller is going to know if Billy Deckard wants him to take a look at his tires is by waving him up, because they do not have any radio communication with a spotter or a crew chief or anybody else. The only one-way radio that they're listening to is the same one-way radio that I'm listening to from the race director, Joe Scott-Nicky, up here in the tower.
It's a welcomed leveling effort on the behalf of the show itself. The race fans get to see a better race when they don't have any radio contact inside these cars. Shane?
I think the 244 of Chris Whitehead may have a tire going down. I see him pulling up.
Absolutely, left rear tire.
Oh, and a tough break for the driver out of Sussex, New Jersey. Made his way into the redraw tonight. He's been consistent in the top 15 all evening. A hell of a run for him tonight. Family operation out of Sussex, New Jersey.
Father Jack Whitehead has been a mainstay on that car for so many years. The patriarch of the Whitehead racing family. Been turning many a wrench. Can remember many years ago, those guys were probably one of the last crew to insist on grassroots racing, building their own frames from scratch right there in the racing shop down there in Vernon, New Jersey.
Well, it definitely is a family gathering as Jack owns the car, as Chris drives the car. Brother Scott wrenches on the car now as the head crew chief.
Single file right now. 88 laps old is the Big Show 3 here at the Orange County Beer Speedway tonight, brought for some part by Brett Hearn Racing Promotions. Third year in a row, he has brought this very prestigious event to this legendary House of Power. Now teaming up with the World Racing Group, making it a Super Dirt Series event. And of course, that's a quest within a quest in itself, Shane, because the road to Syracuse
That's right.
early on in the season stops here at Middletown.
Here we go, race fans. 88 are in, 12 laps remaining. Billy Deckard puts his foot down on the loud pedal, and away we go one more time. Johnson 7, Gary Tompkins 8, Chuck McKee 9, Stuart Friesen rounds out the top 10, Brett Hearn sits at 11.
A guy that pulled away very, very quickly is Tommy Meyer back there in the number 4 spot. Meyer runs the number 4 lead right now. It's car number 33 in the third. Very, very quickly. Rebound on the inside. Brett used that inside line to his advantage while Tommy hung himself out to dry. We are coming up, ladies and gentlemen, on just 10 laps to go for a $6,000 paycheck. The Big Show 3 in 2011 style.
Just doesn't seem to have what he did earlier in this event as Billy Deckard continues to open up the advantage by about 8 car lengths right now as they exit corner number 4, watching from third. As they exit the turn, it continues to be Tim McCready looking for his second consecutive finish. That is his second consecutive third place finish on top 1 week ago. Tommy Meyer still going fourth, and we've got caution on the Speedway. Matt DiLorenzo in the number 3D. A right rear sneaker has gone south, and we are under caution.
Well, another caution coming out due to a tire attrition problem on the DiLorenzo number 2 car. He'll go back behind pit wall. He was caught to the outside against the concrete where they drifted out of turn number 4, and that tire left him down. It put him right up against the masonry. Didn't come into contact with it, but he certainly had no chance at all to get down out of harm's way. So we freeze the score clocks once again at lap number 91 for the 91 car himself, Billy Deckard. He is your current race leader with only 9 laps remaining in the field. Still Timmy Fuller doing an outstanding drive at the stripe here tonight. Runs the number 2 spot consistently for about the last 40 or so laps. Third place, Timmy McCready, not too shabby at all aboard the Salerno Motorsports number 4 car. He could still pull a rabbit from the hat before the checkered flag flies here tonight. Tommy Meyer, first Orange County regular in the top 5 mix right now. An outstanding drive every Saturday night. The Waldwick Warrior is putting the Barry's Lawn Service car to the test here this evening, while Peter Britton keeps an eye on him back there in the number 5 spot aboard the 21A car. Larry White, the young driver from Northern New York, runs the Gypsum Express 99L car. White Lightning, we've nicknamed them over the years here at the Orange County Speedway, runs back there in the number 6 position.
Ready to turn them loose one more time. 9 laps remain. Billy Deckard out in front, setting the pace. Tim Fuller trying to keep up with them as they get the green once again off of turn number 4. Back underway.
Speedway, lots of rubber down there. Doesn't bother him one bit. Maintains the spot. Immediately waves bye-bye with about a 5-car length distance between himself and second place man Timmy Fuller. Fuller by his lonesome right now. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. Maintains the bridesmaid spot in the lineup. In that number 2 spot. The top 4 running order right now. Rounds out the top 5.
Bringing it down into turn number 3. T-Mac trying to close in on Timmy Fuller. Can't quite do it as he sits in 3rd. Tommy Meyer still there for 4th. Peter Britton rides in position number 5. Right there on his back dirt bar. Chuck McKee still looking to make something happen. And the Robert Perino's market owned number 19 machine.
Time winding down right now. 94 go up and right to this time. But Billy Deckard wants to go for the wild side. Right rear quarter with drives into the way down. Deckard flawlessly out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. In a very consistent line. Not like Fuller is driving. Fuller's conservative on the inside. Deckard is just letting it all hang out as time gets faster and faster. Doesn't matter where he puts that car this way. He's starting to throw that right in his corner panel a little bit. And then Deckard turns the line.
5 laps to go. A handful remains for the Franklin Fire. Billy Deckard setting the pace into turn number 3 and 4. Fuller still right there, about 8 car lengths behind. At this pace, he will not catch him. 96 down, 4 to go for Billy Deckard. The battle behind us starting to race up as we've got yellow on the speedway. 1 car stopped. That is the 244 of Chris Whitehead coming to a stop on the inside Jersey barrier in turn number 2, just off of turn number 2. Larry White, the 99L, pulling out a line. Let's see what Lightning is going to do. He may have a tire down. Let's see on that Gypsum Express machine.
Whitehead's car has shut off down to the turn 2 area on the inside apron. Cannot clear the speedway by himself. Yellow lights remain on right now as we summon AAA to help him out down there in turn number 2.
Let's take a look at Larry White. The number 99L as he shoots down pit road, a flat right rear. Josh McMillan, the head wrench on that car, will go to work. Chris Whitehead in the 244, the reason for the caution, just off of corner number 2 to the entrance of the back straightaway. In car number 244, Rob Bellinger in the 8R, the recipient of the Easy Pass. 96 are in, 4 laps remain.
Remember also, Shane, got to be a green, white, checkered circumstance.
Right.
So should we see any more cautions in the remaining 4 laps, we could well go beyond the 100-lap mark in this feature event. Not, of course, something you like to see happen. Drivers, of course, planning a lot of things very closely. Fuel consumption may become just a little bit of an issue. These guys get good fuel mileage here. I think the number 1 sweat right now, though, as John Swider just mentioned, it's got to be tires. How many tires now have we lost? Mainly right rears in the last 25 laps or so of the Speedway. Very hot, very humid, very dry conditions also on the Speedway. A lot of rubber laid down. That's not good on a tire.
But you've got to look at the drivers that have had the tires go down to the drivers that have not. Sometimes you have to have a little bit of finesse. That's the guys that have been here a long time and have logged a lot of laps. The guys that we've seen have some tire problem tonight haven't necessarily been here as much as the guys that have been able to finesse those cars and keep them straight without burning off that rubber.
Well, the top three guys also pretty much have lane choice too, so they know where to conserve their tires at. They know how their car is set up, what kind of track conditions their car is set up for. A lot of these guys in the heart of the pack, they're just mad scrambling. They don't have choice of lane under green flag racing conditions. We are going back to green flag racing conditions here in Middletown, New York tonight. 4 more laps remain for the big show 100.
Takes him down the back straightaway. The mad scramble as Matt Shepard goes to the top shelf. He's got a fresh sneaker looking to get around Billy Dunn, and he is looking to get into a 10th place run, and he will do so. Shepard might be the fastest car on the Speedway right now. He's going after the Brett Hearn number 20 machine as we have
number 1 and 2. Deckard regaining his distance, and now he's getting stronger on a turn number 2. Deckard stretching out that number 1 spot. He's got about a 12 or 13 car length distance now between himself and second place man Timmy Fuller. We're coming up on the big popsicle sticks flying in the air here in Middletown. And tell these guys 2 more laps to go.
Billy Deckard takes one at number 1 and 2. They are not going to touch the brake for tonight. That car is running on a rail here tonight. It's Tim Fuller in car number 74 holding on to position number 2. And Fuller's off the pace. Fuller's off the pace. He may have a tire going south. We're not sure, but he slowed considerably as McCready tried to get a by him. And he's trying to hold on. And yes, Fuller does have a tire going down with 1 to go.
It's getting soft for Fuller. He lost second place to Tim McCready. Here comes Meyer on the top side of him. Tommy Meyer. He's going for Timmy McCready down the back straightaway. And Meyer grabs the number 2 spot. McCready backing up.
It's going to be Billy Deckard with the win. Second, coming down to the line, will be Tommy Meyer. Third will be Briggs. Fourth will be Tompkins. Fuller will cross in position number 6. Oh my, Tim McCready and Tim Fuller each having tires go down on the last lap here at Middletown. Billy Deckard picks up the win. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. 100 laps for the big show, ladies and gentlemen. We got them all in this year, and it is Billy Deckard unofficially picking up the win.
Rumble behind him. This guy remained in the number 1 spot, held his composure, and comes home to a $6,000 paycheck here tonight. And of course, a big Super Dirt Series win on the road to Syracuse. Now Deckard gets his helmet off. Smiling, big smile for the big show win. And he will exit his car momentarily. Takes a look over. His crew chief says, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, he can hear you now as he climbs out of the 91 car. The winner of the big show 3 in Middletown, Billy Deckard. Take your time, Billy. You worked hard for this win out here tonight. $6,000, a Super Dirt Series win. Tell me, the world started crumbling behind you in the last 3 laps, but you still made it look so darn easy.
Well, Joe Teresi told me what I had to do. He's been in my ear, telling me how to set up the race car and stuff. I think if anybody here needs a little help, go see Joe.
No two ways about it. Hey, he's up there in the backstretch driving to the air conditioning right now, probably juggling the produce, no two ways about it. But you did a great job. Did you realize in the last 2 laps, everything, the whole complexion of the race changed behind you because 2nd through 5th were nowhere where it was with 1 to go?
No, I didn't. I was a little nervous. There about lap 80. I see Justin Ayers have a flat tire. See a couple other guys. Then Matt Shepard had a flat tire, and I said, man, I better take care of this thing. So, you know, again, Scott and all the guys that work on the crew, and I can't thank LJL Racing enough. We got a damn good race car right here, and makes my job a whole lot easier. I was keeping it as straight as I could. The Gypsum Wholesaler car was just perfect.
4 to go. We saw the yellow come out. We thought you knew Timmy Fuller was back there in second. We thought you'd see a little hand come out the window, motion him up and try and ask what your right rear tire looked like. You had that much confidence in the Hoosiers out here tonight?
Well, I tried to get him to pull up alongside. He pulled up alongside under an earlier caution and said, I better keep my fingers crossed because it don't look that good. So I was just trying to keep it straight. And again, this gypsum wholesaler car is really good. I'm beginning to take a shine to this Brett Hearn big show here, and I like taking his money. We all do, and things are fun. It was a really great turnout tonight. I'd like to thank all the fans and all the sponsors for letting us play along, and just tickled to be here.
Well, I think if you looked at your right rear tire right now, you'd be pretty darn happy. Hey, Billy Deckard, first place at Middletown. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all.
All right, Billy Deckard, ladies and gentlemen, $6,000 richer for his efforts out here tonight, courtesy of Brett Hearn and the big show here at the Orange County Fair Speedway. Second place, surprise finish with the checkered flag in the air and a flat right rear tire in victory lane. I'll tell you what, that checkered flag couldn't come out any too sooner.
Oh, no sooner, boy. It was just our lucky day.
Tommy Meyer, I'll tell you what, you were back there running top 5 the entire time. What went through your mind when you start seeing guys fall off the pace like flies off the fly strip with only 2 to go?
That last lap was bizarre. I mean, those 2 guys were running just fine, and all of a sudden, both of them, I don't know what happened. They ran out of tire or something, but they just came to a stop.
Well, obviously, tires were a concern. You lost oxygen in your right rear as you pulled into victory lane. You had to run an entirely different strategy for the 100 lap out here tonight. You're on new tires now for the 2011 racing season. You seem to like them pretty well every Saturday night, but that was not the driving style you could use in a 100 lap long distance race tonight.
No, it seemed like the outside dried up, and we weren't able to get a hold of it. For the first 20 or 30 laps, it was okay, but it wasn't a better lane.
Well, I'll tell you what, now something's got to make you happy. Coming back this coming Saturday night, King of the Track 2, an extra $1,000 in the hip pocket. When you look at it, you might have made the most money so far between last Saturday night and tonight. Up there in the Hunt top 5 finish, we could be talking to you Saturday night with an extra $1,000 in the hip pocket.
Well, geez, I hope so. We've got Vinny prepping the track, and he was doing a nice job with it, so it's quite racy.
Now, Vinny and the boys are going to go hard at work after today. They'll be back ready for you Saturday night. Tommy Meyer, hey, we hope to talk to you just a couple of nights from now.
Oh, thanks, Tim. I hope so.
All right, Tommy Meyer, ladies and gentlemen, second down to Peter Britton. You're really going to pound into this mic. Peter Britton, first time behind the wheel at the Orange County Speedway. You had some sights from the pit area in previous visits. Boy, I'll tell you what, for an outside invader, you look the best out here tonight from everybody.
I wouldn't say I look the best. Billy Deckard obviously got it done, but it's been a pretty good first time at Middletown, I can tell you that. To run third, set third in time trials, and it's lead the field off into turn 1 on pole. It's a pretty amazing feeling, and I'm pretty happy.
You've had a lot of success in your racing career and lands abroad over there in Australia. This question had to be asked to you many times, but the Orange County fans never heard the answer. What's the big difference between what you had before across the seas to what you got right now here in the good old USA?
It's basically night and day. We run big sprint car tyres on the rear of our modifieds, and it's just a whole different deal. We run on little quarter-mile bull rings compared to this place. It's just a miniature. You could fit probably 3 racetracks of our size inside this thing, so it's pretty. I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad to be driving the 21A Troyer. That's what's got me here tonight. Bill Colton, all the help he gives me. Obviously, everyone that supports me in my career, Rich Scagliata and Randy. We've got some new help helping me out here tonight. Mike and Ronnie's here, of course, and Big Bob and Mum listening on the internet back home. So big hello to you, and hopefully we can keep this going.
No two ways about it. Well, hey, the good old USA's been good today, racing career of Peter Britton. We'd like you to hang around just as long as possible.
Thanks, buddy. I'll be here for a long time. Don't worry about that.
All right, Batman, Peter Britton, a good third-place finish out here. Of course, he was a very convincing winner out here tonight in the Dirt Car Sportsman feature, but it didn't come very easy, did it, Brian?
No, that was a great move. I hoped it was going to stick, and it did. And I got to thank everybody that helps me out. I can't express enough to them. There's no words that I can say that makes it what they do. They got my back 100%, and it's a real nice feeling having support like that. So all the fans that came out tonight, fantastic, great track. We got it together, and I'm real stoked that I'm in victory lane again. I love it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we saw you follow Eggers in the 57 car lap after lap. We thought, well, you pretty much have it in you there. That's all you got for Eggers, no more. A half a lap to go, the whole world changed. You had to be thinking about doing that, though, for quite some time.
Yeah, I stuck my nose under him a couple times earlier, and when I put pressure on him, he actually got better and was pulling away. So I calmed myself back down, and I gave it one last run. And thank God the move stuck down there. It was a good, clean pass, and yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
So you were an inspiration to him up until that last lap. Then you knew where to pull a rabbit from the hat. Brian Crummell, you've had a lot of success here at the Orange County Speedway. Tonight's got to be one of your happiest moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't express it enough. All the sponsors that helped me out. Sharon Loader, happy birthday. So, it was a great day. Great day.
Brian Crummell, the 44 car, the dirt car sportsman winner out here tonight at the Orange County Fair Speedway, and a drive well done in that 25-lap shootout. Hey, don't forget, if you'd like a copy of tonight's racing program on DVD.